he's autistic and wants to
Favorite slur right now, go.
penis.
That's not a slur. Oh, did you do war? No, worse.
You look like Netflix Jesus.
The podcast is ruined.
Mission accomplished.
Say hi to Eli. He's racially ambiguous. And Brandon, his hair is fucking fabulous. And Donut, a dark joke disposition. And there's a fat electrician. Welcome to Unsubscribe.
You can try it. If you don't like it, I'll finish it for you. It's no
And
big deal.
has magnesium, potassium, so it hydrates at the same time. On the count of 3, we will pop these tops. 3, 2, 1.
What were you going to ask me about Busch Light?
I was going to ask you your opinion on Busch Light Apple or Busch Apple, whatever it is.
It's like okay as like a novelty thing if you want to drink like 1 or 2 beers casually, but like it's not something that if I was like, I'm going drinking with the boys, get me an 18 rack of Busch Apple. No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Yeah, I feel like that's a safe answer. You might have just offended the entire Midwest if you said you didn't like it. Period.
It's
But
not that I don't like it. It's just like, it's not like you can drink fucking 20 Busch Lights and you're fine. Like,
as one does.
yeah, it's fine. Dude, it's water. Calm down. Like, you know how many Busch Lights it takes to get hammered?
No, but I know
20?
that you do.
I don't know that I do. I don't.
Tonight on Unsubscribe, we get Nick shit
How
wrecked.
many? Okay, we brought the other 2 Iowa influencers, Junkyard Diggs and Pewview on, and we did more than a 30 rack in 2 hours.
It was quite
I
impressive.
know, it was
The whole table was covered.
Yeah, a table's worth.
And I
That's how we
wasn't like
measured that.
belligerently drunk.
Before we get too far, I did Cody's job last time. Do you want to do it this time?
No, this is anyone that sits
Yeah, this
in
is
that
your
seat.
job.
No, this is not my job.
That's
I'm
your
not
job.
doing this fucking
Yes, it
job.
is.
Shouldn't have sat in that
You're
seat.
a representative.
dude,
You're
shit.
running to be a
Heavy as the
representative.
hair
Represent
that
Cody.
wears that whatever.
I resign already. I resign. Now somebody take Cody's job.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribe podcast. I'm joined here today by Eli Doubletap, Cody Alford, myself, Donut Operator, and Brandon Berberba.
Thank you. I've been told when I do Cody's job, it's too nasally.
No, good.
Hi,
Fuck.
everyone.
I said your last name right?
It's close. Alford, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
Damn it. I tried.
You got my first one right.
Oh, that's good. I
Yeah.
can spell that one.
Fucking, if you
I can spell that one. Hell yeah. I'm
Nick's the
fucking
smart
on one
one in this
today.
group.
Yeah. All right, what are we talking about?
Dude, welcome, bro.
Yeah.
We've
Hi.
we've known each other for a few years now. I think everyone has met you or talked to you in some capacity for the last couple of years.
Yeah, definitely recently.
I think we just met at Range
Range
Day.
Day.
Yeah, we met on an escalator at Range Day.
We did. And I didn't want to be that guy that like fanboys. I'm like, I've seen you on the internet. Nice,
I was
nice
like-
to
I was like,
meet
hey,
you. Hey.
me and you had the Spider-Man moment of like, hi, we're both busy. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, we had like the, I know who you are. We shook hands. And it was like, that was it.
I'm doing shit, but I'm familiar with your game.
Yes.
Like,
Your name's not familiar, but your fez is. Yeah. And we've been in contact online for a few years, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And what's really rad is like I always like to tell the internet world, like, you know, seeing people's personas on the internet and then getting to like know behind the scenes. Like that's one of the things I first asked is like, oh, hey, thanks, you messaged me back in the day, or I shot you a message. I'm like, did I respond? Was I a dick? You know, like those are like the first 2 things. So then I'll know what era of life I was in. And, you know, you've always responded back and always been super kind. And, you know, the community of veterans, influencer is a weird name, but the veterans with a voice, right? The veterans that choose to bring up and not bring down, it's not a lot. It's not the norm, you know? And so like, I've always like appreciated that. And it's nice to see because our own eats our own. And there's so many young men and women that watch us. And it's not our generation that's going to suffer. It's these young kids that are looking up for role models in their life. And, you know, they see like, you don't have to have stupid videos. You can just have stupid conversations, and you know, like you can just be bros and reals, and that's what the world's lacking, with authenticity. So I appreciate like all the conversations we have had. So if the internet's watching, like they are real people, and I'm super humbled to be here, and I'm super great. And what's even sicker is like the cross pollination of like social media followers. Like, oh, when are you gonna get on unsubscribe? I'm like, dude, I think I'm going on it like tomorrow. Like I think it's happening.
This has been way too positive so far right out the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Say a slur.
yeah.
Shit. Like, I have plenty of them. Dude, you gotta warm up. You gotta warm up.
He's like, whoa, okay, he's going hard.
Yeah.
Right out the gate.
Yeah,
You gotta rev up the engines. You can't just cold start this shit. It's
Yeah.
we also talk shit. Lots of shit.
I'm here for it. I'm all about the shit talking.
Dude, you're former Marines. If you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself that don't know, because I mean we all know, but you have a stellar career, and you were in for a little bit too.
Yeah, just over 15 years. Yeah, almost 16. Yeah, so I joined the Marine Corps in 2003. Selfishly, I just want to be a scout sniper.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
God, I look like shit.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you look great. God damn.
I
Bro,
look
it's
horrible.
I look older than you do, dude.
It's like I've worked really hard to live as stress free as possible, right? It's like in the military, right? Like
Bad job choice before.
bad job choice before, dude.
I want to avoid stress. Marine Corps.
Yeah, Marine Corps. Well, I didn't know about stress. I didn't know the word stress, anxiety, depression. Those words didn't exist in my childhood, you know? And so I enlisted in 2003, and I was a scout sniper, Force Reconnaissance Marine. Then Marine Special Operations Command started, so I started that. And a plank owner of that for the West Coast. And then I retired in 2018. I came back from my last deployment. I was the SOTF North Special Operations Task Force Senior Enlisted Advisor. And so I came back from that deployment that I spent the whole time like watching like Kill TV, like the wall of TVs. And it was actually my greatest deployment because I got to do exactly what we all said when we were the lower echelon guys. Like, man, I wish people just like took care of us and looked out for us. And I got to be that guy and, you know, fight for dudes. And it was great. And anytime I could yell at an officer and like not care, A, being a master sergeant, they can't do anything to me. B, I was 245 pounds of like pure just awesomeness, you know, sex appeal. They're not.
They didn't want to do anything to you.
And I'm Jewish, so it's like they can't like hate on me, right? Because I'm just like, are you fuck anti-Semite, bro? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh
You know?
God.
You get to pull out that card. You're like,
All the time, dude. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, so
You take off your small Mitch.
yeah.
you know, it's funny. Actually, I actually
Jesus Christ, Eli.
I actually had a yarmulke on my first deployment was Fallujah, Iraq. And so I'm 18 years old, and I grew up Jewish, but once my grandmother passed away, we did like Christmas, and like I never did a bar mitzvah, none of that stuff. And so like
So like ethnically not like
blood.
Yeah.
My blood is from that origin, right? And so on my first deployment, the chaplain comes over and he's like, "Hey, I heard you're Jewish," and he brought me a Passover kit. I'm like, "What's a Passover kit?" But all I knew,
I genuinely
it was,
don't know what is a Passover kit.
So it was like all like kosher meals. So it had like juices and like it had like a beef stew. I'm like eating like shitty MREs. I'm like, you're telling me that's for me? And so I was sick of it. And inside this kit, it was like a little like gift box. Inside this kit was a white yarmulke. And so I'm like, oh bro, the Iraqis are gonna love this shit. And so I like put on this
You just taught an entire generation of enlisted guys how to game the system, though.
yeah.
Wait, you get better food?
Yeah, better food.
All the
I'm
Iraqis are
Jewish.
terrified. That's the JTAC for the space laser.
Yeah. Basically. And so I'm like wearing this yarmulke under a helmet. So like it's like this beautiful white turns to like nasty brown and black. And I'm going on patrols and I come back and dude, my juice is gone. My beef stew is gone. I'm so pissed, bro. I got raided. Dude, Marines are locusts, right? Like if you have anything good that's different than what they have, it's gone. You know,
Grab the Jew kit.
Oh yeah, grab the Jew kit. Yeah. So yeah, it's great. Yeah. So that was that. Yeah. But I was able. So my last deployment, I came back and I was having a bunch of like telltale signs of I was breezing over. My first deployment, I took a round to the helmet on my very first day in Fallujah. I got shot in the helmet.
Jesus.
In my very first gunfight before noon.
So not very good at it.
March 26, 2004. Yeah, took a round. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you
dodged.
suck. There was no respawn. It was kind of weird, right?
It's kind of like what Eli, what you always say is like, yeah, I got the bad at my job award.
Yeah. Should have zigged instead of zagged.
Yeah, from the get-go.
enemy marksmanship badge.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, from the get-go, right? Like
Jesus.
the day just halfway started, and then it you know, there's
Mission
7
one.
months of that, you know. So that was fun to be appointment on a sniper team, and the first thing that turns a corner is my head. So I'm like always trying to like present my body to give them more something to shoot at because I'm like I've already taken a round, and at the time we didn't really have like gear or supplies, so like I'm walking around with the same helmet with a hole in it for like a couple weeks until
No shit.
That's the most Marine thing I think I've ever heard.
Did it ride the ridge around?
No, it just-
or did it just stop?
It just penetrated the top lip, and then it just stops. It like it bowed in on the inside, and yeah, it was
and knocked
crazy.
your ass down though on the
Oh
ground.
yeah, it was super crazy, and I'm kind of breezing over that too. But it's like I had this crazy out of body experience. I remember. So we were inside the second floor building, and my sniper team was ahead of the entire battalion. How a sniper team's supposed to be used, the eyes and ears of a battalion. And so on a sniper team back in the day, there's 4 guys. So we had my sniper, my team leader, my assistant team leader, both have a bolt gun, sniper rifle. Then the radio operator, myself being the point man, have a M16, right, the musket. And so
With iron sights at this time, or did
we
you
had
finally
ACOGs. We were the only
fine.
guys that hit ACOGs, and then we
Okay.
actually fielded the ACOGs on that deployment. They started issuing out to the Marines. You know, this is like back in the day where we were the only ones that had radios and 7 Bravos, and then the grunts had like 1 pair of night vision for like 12 guys, 1 radio for.
And it's a monocle.
Oh, we felt,
They've
dude,
got
I
one
felt-
eye with one eye.
No,
That's got
yeah,
night
it was
vision.
a 2 into 1 7
okay.
Bravo. Where like, is that a car, a building, a dead body, or dust
definitely
blowing in the air? I'm not
rectangular.
really sure what that is. Right?
It was
why-
all Marines were just doing a potato sack race. They're just sharing the monocle. Just
Which is why
walking down.
Veteran with a Sign had to raw dog the donkey story.
Yeah.
It's just pure moonlight.
Dude, when we got to Iraq, I remember going to Chow Hall finally and then talking and seeing Marines. I was like, why y'all got fucking M16A
Twos.
twos?
With the triangular handguards.
Like, what do you mean? I'm like, brave. Huh. Wow.
Yeah, so we had
Brave, like they had a choice.
I know. We get paid the same. And then you look at Air Force, you're like, we get paid the same.
get paid the same, better shit. Yeah, we actually had A4s on my deployment, and then I remember seeing like my first M4 in like combat, like in the real world. I'm like, bro, what can I hold your gun? Like that's how like googly eye I was. I'm like, I'm here walking with this like musket, right? When the man with the rifle goes down, the one with the ammo picks up the rifle, continues to fire. Like, and it was fun, bro. You're 18 and you don't know anything, and then I found out really fast how quick life was. So I'm in this. I see this guy in a black man jam. I run across this rooftop, and I just start shooting. And so I'm dumping now, but now we're taking machine gun fire. So like my 2 snipers are like sprawled down on the ground because they can't really interact. They got a pistol and a bolt gun with 5 rounds, right? And I'm shooting. I run out of ammo. My radio operator's on the other side of the window. He pops out to shoot, and I'm reloading. As soon as I reload, I pop out through the window, and it's like lights out. And I still remember to this day that like oxygen getting sucked out of my life, like all the air getting knocked out of me. And then if you guys ever played a video game where you got too close to a wall and like it glitched and you saw like a top down view. So I had this like crazy out of body experience. And this is 18 years old, bro. I don't know shit from shit. And like I feel like my whole life is flashing by my eyes, but it's like all the things I was never going to get to do. Like not the things that I did do, because I was 18, I didn't do anything in school. You know, I was just waiting to go to the military. So it was like all these things of like what I wasn't going to get to experience, like love, you know, sex, you know, steak again, like this shit that was in my future that wasn't even real yet. And I ended up getting the typical story. You hear this like white light, dude. I literally get sucked back into my body, and I wake up in the prone position, convulsing, and my assistant team leader is on the prone, and he's kicking me. So my convulsing was actually him shaking my body vigorously. He's like, "Are you fucking dead? We just seen your blood. Like, are you dead?" I'm like, "What's happening?" And I'm like crying and laughing at the same time. I don't know shit from shit. And they're like, "Get on the radio, call for backup." My body fell by our only radio because it's by the window. And so, you know how like we talk on transmissions, like, "Hey, how's it going? Break. So I'm going to go do this later. Break." I'm like, "Warhammer, break. This is break. Grim Reaper, break." Like every 2 words was a break. It was like the most fucked up comms. And needless to say, like we got a hold of nobody. And so we're like, we got to get the out of here. So we crawl out this room, get down to the bottom floor, set up comms again. I'm still appointment. So now I'm like in that rear security watching the breach point, the front of this door. And I see all these heads walk by this window. I'm like, oh my God, they're coming. You know, they're coming to like see their kill. And it's this unfinished building. You know how like, unlike America, right? There's no like loans here. So when money stops there, they stop construction, right? So we're in an unfinished building. And I see this shadow come walking by, and I'm like, scared shitless. I'm in this little bathroom. My buddy's trying to set up the radio. My heart is pounding through my chest. I'm like dizzy. I'm crying still. I don't know anything. And I see this head. And I just like muzzle thump this motherfucker because I got to like see what's going on. And muzzle thump one guy. This guy, he didn't have a gun. This is an older dude. And then one guy turns into like 6 guys just coming to our house. So like instead of them like letting them walk by, we're like grabbing them and bringing them in. So like my snipers have them all like gunpoint with their pistols and shit. They're like, "We gotta get the out of here," you know. And it was like a scene from The Office, like like it was.
Like, what the fuck do we do now?
Yeah, what the fuck do we do now? And so then we're like, let's hotwire a car. So we go out there and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. So we break a window, and apparently you can't.
Who grew up in the ghetto?
Yeah, you can't just break a window, and the keys aren't magically there. And so we're like, we'll
I like, we're gonna hotwire a car.
Oh, yeah, that was
who's done this.
yeah.
We'll figure out. We'll
figure it out. We'll figure it out on the spot.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
it's not stressful right now.
Yeah.
All of our years in business on the internet, we've all used Shopify. I've used it for merch and my skate shop and a couple other businesses.
I will actually agree 100% on that. Everything we do is run through Shopify.
Even bunkers run through Shopify.
Our shoes, which is a separate company, is run through Shopify, and they talk together because of Shopify.
Shopify runs the world.
Did you know Shopify will actually help you design a website also, Cody?
I know I didn't know about starting an online store when I started my career online, and Shopify just made it super, super easy for my dumb ass.
Brandon, what happens if people haven't heard about my brand? No.
That's actually easy, Eli. Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-use email and social media campaigns.
Step Cody, what happens if I get stuck?
Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer service.
Step support, bro. You got my back.
And your front.
Shopify helps millions of businesses around the world, and
10% of all e-commerce in the U.S.
From household names like Mattel or Gymshark to new brands just getting started.
Unsub shoes, Unsub merch, bunker.
No, we've all been doing this for over a decade, and Shopify is the easiest e-commerce platform we've ever used.
I think every single one of us has used Shopify at one point.
I think all our businesses right now are using Shopify.
No, except mine, but that's because it's guns. Can't do that.
Just one of them can't. Turn those dreams into SFX, cha-ching, Shopify new sell sound.
And give them the best shot at success with Shopify.
Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/unsubpod.
Shopify.com/unsubpod.
And so then we ended up doing this, like, we ran down the road and we ended up linking up with the a Marine grunt platoon. And they're like, hey, where were you guys at? Like, we were in that fucking building. We were getting shot at over here. They're like, yeah, well, we were shooting at that building and that building. We're like, we were in that building. And so at the time, there was a lot of speculation that I got shot by 5.56. And so I don't really care what I got shot by, because at the end of the day, my helmet saved my life. And if it was 5.56, what a blessing for a green tip to not go through my helmet. Green tip being armor piercing, obviously. Yeah. And I'm just so grateful. But that was like the beginning of it, and it didn't even end there. So I linked up with the grunt platoon. They linked me up with the corpsman. I get a Motrin and a cigarette.
Oh, nice.
And then my Delta Force is doing a cordon down the road. They're like, hey, they need sniper security support outside by these railroad tracks. I'm like, so I'm on point, dragging my gun, and my assistant team leader comes up to me and he's like, this is when people were built different. He's like, pick up your fucking rifle. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, okay, I'm not a robot at this point, but like I need encouragement to like kind of survive, because I don't really know where I'm at. We get down to our sniper position, and I'm by the railroad tracks. He's like, you can pass out now. And so I just passed down these railroad tracks till like the op was over. I remember it was like the APCs or the Striker vehicles. I remember the Striker vehicles come up to the objective, CAG does their shit, and then it's like, I'm out. I get woken up, and I ended up getting pulled out that night. My platoon commander, he's like, hey, I'm gonna send you back to the rear to get checked out. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. And he's like, listen, we're only setting up mortars tonight. We're all pulling out tomorrow morning. You have my word. You're going back tonight. So I go back, and sure, everyone pulled out. So basically,
as far as excuses go for leaving the op, getting shot in the head's pretty good, I would say.
But it was crazy. There was a lot of guys. There was a lot of Marines shot. Like there was, I forget his name, but like the two assholes, because he got on OIF 1, he got shot cheek to cheek. So on the Fallujah deployment in OIF 2, cheek to cheek. So he got like double tap both deployments all through the ass. I don't know how that happened. And so there was a lot of guys just literally walking wounded, like dead service members, dead fighters, wounded Marines. That was a very common thing in a very short 24-hour period. And so we ended up pulling out of Fallujah for a week. They come up with a game plan, then we go in, and that was when like really all the horrible stories you kind of hear of like the brutalities of war. That's when really all kind of kicked off. But this deployment that I talked about, my last rotation in 2016, I saw a lot of telltale signs of like just my TBI catching up. I was constantly tired. I was always taking these little ranger naps and shit. And I was I would stress eat Oreos. My wife would send me these like amazing care packages. And it was like, those like seasonal Oreos, like whatever flavors. And like she made these like mason jar cakes. So I like share it with my homies, and like But then I'm like, wait, I can dip this in this frosting. And that was like my strategy when I'm waiting for this nerd in Arizona to like turn a Predator 180 degrees to destroy a target. I'm like, he's not turning it fast enough, you know, or like I'm yelling at a fucking lieutenant colonel who's too scared to wake up a major at the CJSOTA for the SGIF, right? These higher echelons of strategic, you know, operations, because the general's sleeping right now. I'm like, bitch, wake his ass up, bro. Like, you're that much of a like, and I saw so much bureaucratic red tape, you know, and
Terrifying.
it was super terrifying. And, you know, people say like, well, that's why I don't promote. Well, you don't promote because you're selfish, right? Like you don't promote because you like comfort. But then when someone gets in charge of you that you don't like, that's your own fucking fault, right? And, you know, I promoted very fast. I picked up Master Sergeant in 10.5 years. So I promoted extremely fast in my community, and taking over a company was a very big, like, it was a big deal. You know, there's only 16 company operations chiefs in MARSOC at any given time. And once you do that position, like once you take out 4 teams in country, I mean, you're kind of a made man unless you fuck up, you know? And I was managing every SEAL, every Green Beret, every Marine Raider, both in Iraq, Jordan, and Lebanon at the time. So it was a very big operation.
Dear God.
Yeah, and like, you know, I looked a certain way, so I already had this like counter stigma against me, but that was my whole Marine Corps career. And so it was just like, it was great to be able to shine, but not to shine for Cody, but to shine for like my people, because, you know, I always looked up to the good leaders and the bad leaders in the military. I'm like, I'm never doing what that bitch did. You know, dude, I'm taking what he did and I'm going to use that next time I have to give an ass chewing, right? Because it was just like, it impacted me in a positive way. And the military is already so toxic and everyone's already so serious. I'm like, why are we doing this, right? And when I saw how these officers that are in charge of lives were more concerned with their face value to their higher superior, it really like it just disgusted me, bro. So like I just completely came unhinged, and I gave that deployment everything I had. I came back and they're like, hey, I want you to be an ops chief again. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like I'm done. And I didn't really know why I was done. My attitude was kind of going south, and I thought I was a good Marine. Like I always took care of the guys and girls, but like I was just kind of toasted from it all. And I'm like, this, I've never taken care of myself. I'm finally going to do it. So I ended up taking over a position at our schoolhouse, our Marine Raider Training Center. And I get this orders to go to, it's called Intrepid Spirit. You guys probably heard of that. We call it the pseudo TBI clinic, but it's really all encompassing for everything. And
is it during, you know, can you have this while you're in service, or this is once you're out?
It's absolutely while you're in service, yeah. So most guys and girls, when they get out,
it's also like, I think they do like even people that deal with like amputations and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely. There's rehab. There's all sorts of different therapies and modalities there. But generally what happens, unfortunately, is like guys and girls, when they're retiring, they'll go there for their 2-week mandatory thing, get all their stuff like, you know, identified in their medical record, then they retire. But when you do that, bro, as you guys know, like once you're a civilian, no one gives a fuck about you. You know, so like I always tell guys, like you gotta give a fuck about you while you're active duty, because you have front of the line privileges. You know, you get no other time can you walk into an aid station and be like, hey, I need to see the dentist and the fucking neurosurgeon, right? You can't do that as a civilian. You're dealing with the bureaucracy of the fuckery that exists.
And the hard part is, while you're in, though, a lot of the time it was frowned upon to go to the aid station, and that sucks.
For
and
sure.
You're like, that's awesome to hear. Your leadership is like, that's a fuck up right there. These guys are screwed once they get out without this being a track record.
I mean, once you got shot, you didn't even get to go to the aid station, right?
No, I went to the wrong one. So, dude, it was mission 2, and then it was wrong aid station. We went back. We went to Charlie companies because we lost 2 guys that day. So Bravo company, we're all like scrambling.
You went to an out of network provider.
I did, dude. I walked over
God.
and I'm like, hey, I need to see a medic or something. And they're like, oh, what the are you even with us? I was like, no, I'm with Beco. What the fuck are you doing? Well, I got shot. Oh my God, sit down. Go here. And then they sent me to another aid station. That aid station wasn't even part of our brigade. So then they patch me up, and then I'm on a mission the very next day. I was like, oh, cool. Here's what we're doing.
It's only leaking a little.
Dude, just the bruise all the way around my leg. My buddy Kadoka, I've told the story where he got shot in the head on 3rd mission, or we're just pulling security, and he just drops, boom. Sits up. He's like, oh, what the fuck? Bullet rode the ridge of the helmet, kicked out. A-okay.
Insane.
Yeah, that's why I was like, did it stop or did it actually ride the ridge around? We seen it go through one goggle. He had to wear them, I think, half through the deployment. Didn't get to trade those out, but they did let him keep it when he got out.
That's,
That's
yeah, it's so nuts. And
'Cause
so I do this like, go ahead.
yours had to be like a direct impact. If
It was direct, yeah.
Jesus.
There was a lot of cases on that deployment where it would ride the ridge, it would go in and like kind of skirt the guts of the helmet and come out, or skirt the skeleton and come out the other side of the skin, but not pierce the skull itself.
Right.
The Army soldier had really good accuracy.
Oh, bro, well, it was a Marine, so like that only headshots, bro. Like only headshots.
Well, they did have ACOGs.
I would say this, right? So like
some ball knowledge there.
in Marine Corps boot camp, bro, 500 yards with iron sights, bro. Like that's every Marine, no matter their job, they can shoot 500 yards with iron sights. I don't know if they still do iron sights. They could do optics now in boot camp potentially, but I mean, I'm a cook. I can shoot you and kill you at 500 yards. I'm a grunt. I can shoot you and kill you at 500 yards with multiple shots. Like that's this most savage thing about the Marine Corps. So like whoever that was, good, friendly or foe, bro, they were like, I'm getting headshots today, dude. They're trying to level up and get that prestige on their gun.
It was a really white terrorist.
Yeah.
The gold tiger stripe camo and all that.
Why is this guy's head right there? What an idiot. I'm like, how am I supposed to see? Like, how am I supposed to do my job?
Well, a lot of people too, they think like, armor being rated to a certain, oh, it's this caliber, it's supposed to, it'll stop the bullet, blah, blah, blah. They don't realize, okay, no, it'll keep you alive.
Yeah.
But you're going to get fucked up. Like even body armor, I mean, let alone helmets. I mean, that's an entirely different ballpark because again, you're dealing with like TBIs and like that. It's crazy work.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like so throughout my career, like I progressed from the infantry, which is the backbone of the Marine Corps, the most savage people, force recon, MARSOC, and then like as I progressed through these different jobs, everyone's like helmets, ball caps, nothing. I'm like, what the f is wrong with you guys, dude? They're like, and everyone's like looking cool. I'm like, man, you guys look sick as shit, but you're an idiot. I'm always wearing my helmet, bro. Like to
be fair, once bitten, twice shy.
You're gonna be the drippiest corpse,
dude. Yeah, I was terrified to not wear my helmet. Like if there was ever a lesson, I'm like, that's why. My whoopee blanket, dude. It was like my security blanket. I needed that thing, and then my armor got smaller and smaller. I'm like, oh, I don't need these extra large plates. I'm 255 pounds. I need to move faster. Give me these medium ones, like it's just covering my kill box.
The hard plate.
Yeah. And
my muscles will stop the bullets.
Dude, honestly, that was my mindset. I'm like, I'm gonna be the biggest, baddest motherfucker MARSOC. And if I go to a door and I was to take shots, I want to be able to push through the threshold so I don't fucking cause a disaster in the doorway, And that was my mindset. I'm not saying it was, I never got to do that. Thank goodness, but that was my mindset. I think there's a lot of mindset we all have to have.
It's an incredible mindset.
You have to be the baddest motherfucker in your world to do a job that there's only one thing that matters. Are you going to do it or are you not going to do it?
Well, I mean, even doing MARSOC's a wild, because how many years did it take you to accomplish that and go through all the training in the school?
So that started MARSOC started in late 2006 if you're on the East Coast, and like 2007 on the West Coast. And I actually I got back from my second infantry deployment. We did Operation Steel Curtain, which is a really big endeavor. And I'm like, dude, carrying all these like heavy ass shit. I want like light guns and packs, and I'm going to go try out for force. And so I tried out for force recon, and I was actually coming back from airborne school, and I got back and they're like, we're no longer force. We are now Marine Special Operations Battalion. I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, everyone stop shaving your faces and stop getting haircuts and wear civilian clothes. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Where am I? And they're like, we're going to give you guys cards. And if anyone has any issues, you tell them to call the number on the back. I'm like, bro, this is sick as f, dude. Like winning. That lasted like 2 days, right? A little bit longer than 2 days, but definitely not a weekend. It went straight back to like Gestapo.
They let you taste it.
They're
freedom.
Like, you will eat the cat poop, and
it's like you want a ham sandwich on Survivor.
Oh, dude,
it's like this could be really cool for 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they definitely pulled a like Houdini on us, and
just thought the government mindset is like, this is going to be around for years to come. 3 days later, we need you to shave.
Like for the Marines having the I don't know, the general consensus that they're slow to change. I feel like they change shit like that all the time, where they're like, well, now we're getting rid of tanks. Also, we're getting rid of the Scout Sniper program, but not really. It's going to be named something else and kind of functional different, but they're still going to have snipers, but kind of sort of not the same. And then like what you're saying, like...
Did they go back on the tanks thing?
I don't think so. It didn't... They got rid of their tanks.
Yeah, because one of the boys that works for me at the shop was a former Marine tanker guy.
Yeah.
And he was very butthurt as soon as
Last I knew, the Marine Corps doesn't have tanks anymore.
The sniper thing was so stupid. I actually was fortunate enough to speak at the last Scout Sniper graduation in the East Coast, and it was like a really big honor, and I heard rumors, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard rumors that the general was a lower ranking officer at the time when those Marines, when they pissed on the dead Taliban and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so he was butthurt from that, that disgracing this. I'm like, but then I'll go back to the history of World War II and the Marine Raiders and the Marines out there, no shaves. Well, Cody, because they didn't have water. Well, bitch, I was in Iraq with no water and you made us shave, I don't
know if you've seen Japan and the areas around it. It's surrounded by water.
Dudes wearing ear necklaces, and it's what do you expect? You're taking a bunch of normal people and you're putting them in completely abnormal situations, and you want me to play rules of engagement?
I mean, look at the painted Japanese skulls, for example.
Trophy skulls. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
The pictures that wives would take with the skulls that their husbands would send them of dudes they killed. They're posing with it. Back in the 1940s when it was a hassle to get a picture taken, and they're going to a photographer, posing, look at the guy that tried to kill my husband and he killed him instead. It's fucking crazy.
You put guys in that situation, this shit's gonna happen.
What kind of shirt is that?
Actually, Eli, these are what are called shorts. Fabletics shorts.
But where do you put your head?
It's complicated.
Will they look comfortable?
Indeed they are, and there's something about starting a new workout that just feels so great. But you know what isn't great? Having to buy all of the gear. All that changed when I signed up as a VIP at Fabletics.
You got 80% off all your clothes?
That's right, Eli. 80% off everything. I thought it was one of those deals that's too good to be true, but no, it's true.
Do you feel the 80% off?
It feels so comfortable.
That's right, Eli. I'm so terrifyingly fast because I've been working out in my Fabletics athletic wear, which I've been getting for 80% off using code UNSUB. Plus, it's very reassuring to know that Fabletics isn't just some online store floating in the void. They have over 2 million VIP members and over 100 in-person retail stores.
Connor lives in the void.
I'm from the void.
Now they are super nice, comfortable, breathable, and they fit good.
Flexi.
Bright and red.
Not only does Fabletics already have incredible deals, but we've got an exclusive offer just for you, the unsubscribed listeners. If you go to fabletics.com/unsub, you will get an additional 80% off everything. Everything.
Just head over to fabletics.com/unsub. Take a quick style quiz.
Tell them you want the red shorts.
And be sure to select unsub when prompted to ask who sent you.
That's fabletics.com/unsub.
Yeah, dude. But then we live in this era where it's men, well done assaulting that machine bunker. Wait a second. Are those white socks? Hey, you piece of shit. That's why you're dying out there. Literally verbatim. Verbatim. You know why you guys are dying out there?
Actually verbatim?
Verbatim. You know why you guys are dying out there? Because you're wearing white socks.
You're shitting me.
So the Marine Corps has this rank called First Sergeant. And first sergeants in the Marine Corps are like officers in the military. It's 50-50. It's really hit or miss, right? Enlisted men can be molded and groomed. Officers are just groomed. That's really it. They're just groomed from the get-go, and that's okay, right? But first sergeants, especially in the special operations community, they're not organic to that organization, so they come from the big Marine Corps. And how MARSOC's one of the most amazing units the Marine Corps has to offer, from our support enabler and obviously our team guy and girl staff. And they're just so capable. But the problem is we hamstring ourselves. And so they bring in these outside entities that are like, I'm going to make a name for myself, because everybody wants to be the general staff. Everybody wants to go to that next level where guys and girls in the job, they're really concerned with, they want to promote, they want to progress, but they're really cared about the mission and the men, right? Like what they're there for. And when you get these first sergeants in there, I remember being in a firefight, and I was in MARSOC. I was being in a firefight on my second Afghan deployment, and we're on this hilltop, and I was at this place called Fob Robinson, and that was like the OK Corral. Everyone came out to Fob Rob to get their combat action ribbon because we were always shooting. Like it was always happening. And our command leadership came out there, and they're like, "You boys in a gunfight?" And we just obviously not talk on the radio. Like, all right, they're gonna come up here eventually, but we don't have to speed this process up. And so they ended up coming up there, and they're like, "Did you boys call this in as a tick?" And we're like, "Fuck no, man. This is a little skirmish, bro." A tick being a troop in contact,
they would actually just trying to get their cab.
Yep, dude. And so what would happen was they're like, and this is verbatim, "Did you guys call this in as a tick?" Therefore, they would rate a combat action ribbon. right? Because it'd be an actual, you know,
You told him no?
notified. I'm like, no, this is a skirmish, bro. And he's like, he was pissed. Then he looked down at my sleeve. And so on my pocket sleeve, I had a radar patch. He literally tapped on it and flicked it. He's like, no unit patches. And then they left. They don't care about you. It's just a job for them, but this is a whole nother fucking world for us. You know, like, and that's the problem I see in like the warfighter community. It's like, why are we here? Why do you train me to say, die, motherfucker, die, butta jam, you know, stabbing things with a freaking K-bar on the end of your rifle? You're training me to literally be a fucking killer. But then you say, hey, but I need you to be a tap dancer on this deployment. Funny thing about Fallujah, Fallujah was the craziest, scariest experience I've ever endured in my life. Traumatizing. I've never seen more death and destruction. Like, so many fucking bodies. I've seen ancient bodies fly up from the sky from bombs, guys getting eaten by dogs, like stacks of human bodies just decaying in the streets. Like, it was fucking insane, right? And what's funny is before we went on that deployment, we were actually training for this thing called SASO. I believe it stands for Security and Stability Operations, basically like martial law. And so we're training for this, like, halt, who goes there? Where's your ID at? I'm the sergeant of the guard. You know, like this like super generic TV stigma of what a military person is. And that's what we're training for. Then we go to Hell's Kitchen and we're like, oh my God. You know, it's essentially like if it has a pulse and a gun, it's dying, right? Like it's free game.
I don't think he's going to give me his ID.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play nice, you know, and it's just...
It was the scariest part was that mindset and that train up to, it's like, yeah, we're going to pull in vehicles, you're going to search them one by one. Oh, now they're just created V-bits and now they're just blowing up.
Yeah.
As they roll in. Okay, now we're just going to hand this off to the IA.
Yeah, you know it's stupid when the people you're fighting are like, they're so dumb. I'm just going to walk from my house, wave at them to this bush where all the cache is at because I know they're not going to kill me. And then when I get to my cache, I'm going to go kill them. And like, we literally will watch this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why am I here? I know they're bad. I've stalked them. I have pictures of them, right? But they don't have a gun in their hands right now. But I know as soon as I lose sight in 5 seconds, they're behind that bush where I'll lose contact because they'll hit the trench. And next thing you know, I'm taking rockets and RPGs and machine gun in like a matter of moments. And
I think that it's a great example too of what people talk about now, and like in regards to like, you know, the United States versus like, let's say China or Russia, where the United States doesn't do things militarily because of political will or like, oh, we're holding ourselves back. Other people don't do it because they can't. It's like China's not taking Taiwan because they can't. Russia's not taking Ukraine because they can't.
Like all the people on Twitter that are like, so if I'm understanding this means that if Trump can just go kidnap Maduro, then technically Vladimir Putin can just go kidnap Zelensky. And it's like, he's been trying for 4 years. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
He physically can't.
They've been doing like
tried.
dumb spy versus spy shit, trying to do that exact thing. Like it physically are incapable. Whereas the United States is like the thing we're held back by is we've made our own rules arbitrarily for our people. We could if we wanted to. If we wanted to. Yeah, right or wrong.
I mean, you gotta look.
On leash. Everyone's on a leash, Marines.
Yeah,
everything. It's like, whoa. And it sucks because when you're actually in war, or just going back to with bad officers, it's crazy the predicaments they will put soldiers in just to get a medal.
Bro, it is the medal,
what?
dude. Oh, how many men did you lose?
But
that's
we needed to do
Silver Star.
A night raid up a river. They will do a mission based off a fucking river raid just to get a Silver Star.
That is a fact.
What?
That is a fact.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Well, you the fastest you learn how expendable you are, and no one gives a f is being in the military and being like the front lines.
It's like trying to hit an achievement in a video game.
Yeah.
I mean, the example that
Like,
comes to mind
literally,
is,
like, oh, this level could be harder if you want to, and we'll give you fucking bonus points on your Xbox score. Like, that's literally what it is.
the example that comes to mind is like the very end of World War I, where like there was a ceasefire agreed to, like all the terms of surrender were already put in place. It's like, okay, nothing we do now will matter when it comes to diplomacy or the reason we're here. But we're going to do one more fucking push anyway. It's like, how many 19-year-old kids fucking died because some general wanted to make a name for himself?
That's it, man. I remember it was that same second Afghan deployment. There was anytime they're like, hey, there's a company up coming down, you know you're right? Like, you're fucked. And this whole deployment, the team that I was attached to, we're just doing disruptive operations. So our whole mission was to fly in with 160th, set up ambush sites in the Taliban's backyard and just literally pick fights while the commandos would come in. Because commandos, the Afghan commandos and the Marine commandos were too much shit. And it was like losing that face value of like Afghans up Afghans. So they like, how can we de-escalate that? How can we not put them in a kinetic situation? And so they would put us in the kinetic situation. So when the Afghan commandos came in, it was like, hey, like, we're here to help reinforce your village, bring stability, blah, 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 and, create like a militia. And so that's what they did. But that was our whole mission, was just a fight. And they were like, all right, there's a company mission coming off. And we're already doing pretty crazy, hellacious shit, like in literally like out where only the bad guys live. So there's no IEDs because we're in their backyard.
And no paperwork.
Yeah, no paperwork. That's just right there. And they're like, all right, you guys are gonna patrol. So the commandos just came in. You guys are gonna patrol behind the commandos, and in 3 days we're gonna resupply you with ammo and water. And then you're gonna go to this bridge. We're gonna be on the other side. Then you're gonna walk across the bridge. And when you get across the bridge, then our EOD tech is gonna go across and then blow it up. I'm like, just blow it up now. Like, why are we doing this? Why? And then why the would I walk behind? Why would I walk behind an already advancing force, which is already technically proven and tactically proven, where they're already in placing like IEDs and fighting positions and booby traps, right? Because they're like, let's go see what happened here. Why would I go do that? And luckily, I had a team commander, Matt Manukian. Unfortunately, he was killed he was murdered with an insider threat on the next deployment. But he was a team commander. Actually, was.
If you don't mind, back insider threat.
Insider threat. So basically, what happens in the special operations community, we work a lot with our partner force. So in Afghanistan, we work with the Afghan National Army and the Afghan Special Forces and the Afghan Commandos. Well, in certain aspects, we give them access to our operations center. We give them access to like our joint buildings and facilities because we're by, with, and through with our partner force.
You're building relationships.
Yeah, you're building
with the
relationships and rapport. And so what happens was one of the commanders came in with Afghan and like killed 3 of our Marines with 1911 and then ran out. And that happened numerous times, multiple bases. But that's also the problem that you have when you give us more rules that I can't even adapt because you're not on the ground. It's literally the scene from Black Hawk Down where it's easy for you to say, being, however many square miles up in the sky, it's unforgiving down here. There's always someone who doesn't know what the dust tastes like when it's mixed with blood and like that dry, like dehydrated spit that are calling the shots. And that's okay. We all have a place in the pecking order in our roles, responsibilities. But like, if you have a business and business is going good or business not going good, are you not going to go see and investigate what's actually happening, the ground truth? And there's just such a disconnection because it is a political war. It's really, war is a fucking shame in the first place. It's a political war. And then it's this self-merit, self-licking ice cream cone. I remember I've worked every tactical position in like joint billet. And I remember being at the Siege of Soda, which is the Combined Joint Special Operations Task Force. And that's a mixture of like Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, like all the special operations guys and girls. And there's like these majors in there and lieutenant colonels like, I hope I don't get another Bronze Star for this deployment. I already have 6 of them. I'm really hoping for a Meritorious Service Medal. Oh, what? They don't have ice cream in the chow hall today? I'm like, shut up, you bitch. Like, what? This is what you're...
Where's the V device?
Yeah, this is what you're complaining about, dude. Like, you're living in a la-la land. There's dudes and chicks out on the battlefield, bro, like hoping that someone picks up the radio when they need you. Like hoping there's an air asset available that's not doing a resupply run for Otis Spunkmeyer cookies for you. There's multiple wars taking place. And then, by the same time, it's really easy to talk shit. That's okay, bro, because we thrive in like straight up chaos and shitty ass situations. And that's what gives us our resiliency, and it gives us that ability to like find a way.
You mold really quick in that. I think that's where, when you're always the tip of the spear, that's when your unit, your battalion, wherever you are, you get ingrained in it so quickly. You get through that danger period. Because I'm sure you have that same, like, hey, first X amount of days until you figure out what works and what doesn't. Once you find out what works, every time. Then you we talk with Brandon on it, it's you train up the next, you don't get to train up the next unit for your AO. You're kind of like, hey, we call this the Death Blossom. If you get blown up or anything, just shoot everything. You're going to have new patches. They're going to test you. Just trust us on that one. And then they don't listen and they lose a lot of people. And it's like, did you try that yet? No, we were told not to.
Why were they telling him not to? Just
every command, it's almost like it's almost like every commander that goes out there, and this is not generic because I worked with a lot of amazing Marine Corps officers. I've worked with a lot of Navy Special Warfare officers and Army Special Forces officers. So like there's clearly a really good majority of amazing ones out there. But there's also a lot of ones out there that are trying to win the war on terror in their 6-month block and do it their way. And another thing too is like, if you're coming to replace me and I give you advice, you have to be pretty, if I say, hey man, you're looking like you're having a hard time in life. Have you ever thought about just taking like a day or two once a week just to like take care of yourself? You have to be pretty open to do that. You know, you have to like be humble.
Dude, especially in war, that'd be a wild, dude, that is a crazy statement to hear of like, you should take a day off. We didn't have that. I don't know.
Oh
about
yeah.
you,
Well,
like,
I'm just saying, like, to hear that advice, you'd have to be like kind of open to it.
Yeah.
But
shit. God damn it.
Tourniquet.
I've been watching you put your drink on that ledge.
Thank you. I do.
Podcast now.
Since minute one, I've been like,
Oh, it is all over.
You should run for Congress.
I am horrifically soaked. I've given up. This is like as soon as we're done with the podcast, I'm going back to the hotel room situation.
cut back to the beginning of every one of our views of us just eyeballing, not Brandon.
I was looking at
I've been eyeballing that drink for 2 podcasts now.
There's standing water.
I'm a
It
Marine.
is in my taint.
I'm a Marine. Do you want my assistance? Do you want my assistance right now?
That's it.
I can help. I am gay chicken qualified, so I can't. I can't help.
Gay
I'm willing to
chicken
try anything
qualified.
twice.
Oh, dude, there's some Marines you definitely do not want to play gay chicken with, dude.
We've
God, that's
Don't threaten me with BAH. Oh my god.
That drink was just, I just seen that stem sticking up. I'm like, Brandon is playing a dangerous game right now.
we were out of the small ones that didn't have the stem. The stem was, I will admit, that was dangerous. Hindsight being 2020, probably shouldn't have pulled that move, but
Yeah, you decided to play it on hardcore mode. This is going too well. I should elevate the liquid above a very small base.
listen here.
Thank
you-
God this will make it harder
rounded
to
carpet
grab.
couch.
Look, country girls make do, all right?
Oh my god.
Well, that was right up there with the Zincident.
Yep.
No,
I
that
just
has nothing on that.
Immediately, I'm just like, well, I'll see you on the fucking subreddit.
Oh, man.
So what are you up to now?
Oh, you know, just scrolling the internet.
How did you blow up on the internet? These are my favorite stories because we all have ridiculous stories of how we ended up here.
I'm so...
You are wet.
Brandon peed himself.
Yeah, I peed up. I did the tucking trick.
Yeah, you had to tuck.
Yeah.
God, that was all of it.
Oh no! Now Brandon smells like Jack.
For the
Because
first
that's
time
for the
in my
first
life.
time ever. Brandon smells like Jack and Coke.
The wet front. Dirty wet fronts.
His ass is totally wet. Your gooch is totally decimated. Your gooch is decimated.
Oh, yeah,
You're
no,
definitely sterile down there. Not sterile, but what do you call it? Sanitized?
Yeah.
I wasn't joking. I felt it pooling in my face.
Bro, Jesus hammered right You can't. Jesus. The entire thing
Brandon Herrera
landed in your lap.
Gets completely soaked, throws the podcast off the rails immediately. I need a towel and another Jack and Coke.
And to say that is going right back up on the fucking iPad. It can't happen twice.
Yeah, that worked out on the poker table last night, let me tell you. He lost 3 hands and then puts all of his chips in and goes, statistically, I can't lose this many times in a row. Loses everything.
I looked you in the eyes. I'm like, I can't be wrong 3 times.
He was wrong a third time.
Correct. You gonna learn today.
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt. What are you up to, brother?
Oh, you know, just looking at your wet pants.
Yep, it's pretty... Yeah.
Chest and drums.
I don't want... Oh, it's back. It's on my balls now.
You wanna sit on the...
At least
Just stuff the towel down there. That's it. Like a diaper. You're running for what now?
You should go. You should go take off the clothes. You should go take off the clothes and put a robe on for the rest of the podcast.
I might. Like, honestly, that's the fucked up part. I'm not even drunk.
I love that Nolan's been walking around in just a robe.
I might do it. Fuck
He
it.
was walking through the Venetian shopping area, like the mall, in just a robe and
Really?
flip-flops. Yes.
Did you get like a fucking massage this morning?
We just went and got coffee.
Really?
In robes?
Shit.
Yeah.
You both walk out of this room in robes?
No, I just put a video of it. He went in robe, no shirt, and flip flops, and like shorts, so he looked like he was naked. And all of the business.
You were the whore.
Yeah, all the business casual guys were like wide-eyed, walking us like.
Yeah.
Who let these people?
Do you have a spare robe?
Huh? Do you want one?
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do you like a mouthful of hard wood?
Yes. Go on.
Then boy, do I have a product for you.
I'm re-enlisting in the Navy.
No, not this time.
Oh.
The product is Fume.
What's Fume?
It's an amazing device for those trying to kick those nasty habits.
Well, you said hardwood. You actually meant hardwood.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but yes, I mean literal hardwood.
I love hardwood in my mouth. Wait.
You know what's gayer than hardwood in your mouth? Dying from cancer.
Fume has an award-winning design.
There's no battery, no chemicals, just flavored air.
Dial that airflow with the clickies. Brandon, you ever tried maple pepper?
No, I like crisp mint because I'm a coward when it comes to flavors.
Cody, what's your favorite?
I don't know about flavor, but John C. Fume told me it was sexy and sleek.
That is a sexy and sleek piece of wood right there, Cody. Oh, yeah. Put it in your mouth. Suck that flavored air.
Quit cranking your wood on camera. Start your guilt-free journey with the good habit and use code UNSUB where you can get a free gift with purchase and start your long overdue breakup.
Just head to tryfume.com/unsub and use code UNSUB to start your good habit today.
Honestly, this is fucking rad. I might
Take the pants
start wearing
off.
these around.
Why you got the jeans on?
What's up?
Your balls are sweating.
You look like Netflix Jesus.
I'm not black and disabled.
Is this what you saw after you got shot in the head? Pushing you back into your body.
Go, my child.
It's not time yet.
Did you say Foos?
No, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
That would be very confusing. It's not your time yet. I'll see you in a couple years on a podcast.
Yeah. Yes, you will. There you are. You have spoken.
This is actually kind of rad.
You look good.
Yeah. I'm so embarrassed right now.
It's like, cool. That had to happen on this episode. That totally won't go to the front of the podcast. Don't
Definitely
worry.
not. That's definitely not an attention gainer right there.
I didn't even react. I'm just like, it just accepted it.
Yep.
It's like, this is my fate.
Episode's just Brandon comes. What?
No, I get why Hugh Hefner just walked around in these things all the time. I think there was no other reason, but
Being comfortable
yeah, just being comfortable.
and free.
Anyway, what are you up to, brother?
Oh, I'm just enjoying the ride right now. This is great. At your expense, so I semi-sorry, I guess.
It's all right. It's what we're here for.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Good spirit, though. You could have been really angry.
What's up?
You could have been really angry and spilled a drink on you and got pissed off,
Oh yeah, just storm off. Like, fuck this, I'm done. It's not worth the money.
The podcast is ruined.
Yep, podcast is ruined forever.
This one's never airing. Sorry.
That's okay.
Waste your time.
It's not a waste. This is fun.
Just walk out like actually genuinely upset. I'm going home. You guys.
Changes his flights.
Well, so Mr. Cody, what did get you start getting actual traction on the internet? Going back to Nick's question.
Yeah. So are you guys familiar with Softfleet?
Yeah.
So my friend's the owner of that, and he came from our unit in MARSOC. And when I was on my medical board, there was a thing at the time. It was called the fellowship program. So basically, you could go work for free at a company during your time out. And Softfleet created a position for me, and I got my command to sign up for it. So that's where I learned photography and videography and just graphic design. They took me in, gave me an apartment, my wife and I apartment, and
No shit.
gave me a chance to heal and experience. I was so stressed, bro. I was my life was falling apart. Cognitively, I couldn't even dress myself. I was getting lost in my own house, falling off my motorcycles. I drive down the street and not know how I got there.
It's like TBI kind of shit.
Yeah, everything was just catching up to me. And so it was I was very desperate, and I was very reliant and dependent on other people for help and assistance. And so they gave me this shot, and it was great. And so we started shooting content, and they gave me some internet maybe notoriety, but they put me on Softfleet. I had my own Softfleet workout, and I got to be in the Softfleet family and do events with them. And so that started getting me traction on the internet. And then really I started to grow my social media just by sharing YouTube and like Instagram stuff, like kind of like what I was going through in life, which was terrifying. I remember the first time I got called Stolen Valor on my second YouTube video, and I cried for like a week. And the specific comment was, "You might be military, but there's no way you're special operations. Special operations guys don't talk like you." And I'm like, I'm just trying to help people and fucking like, you know,
What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what was he trying to?
I was talking about like mental health. I was talking about like depression, anxiety, and like the shit that I was doing to like combat this stuff. And you know, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I told myself, well, whatever everyone else is doing, I'm not going to do. So like, guys, my job, you just go out and you go contract, whether you work for the command or you go work for the agency, which is what I wanted to do. And God had different plans for me. That, you know, I literally went like kind of like a functioning vegetable. And so when I had that opportunity to go live that life, I had to turn it down just because I couldn't even like tie my own shoe at this time. And so I'm like, well, I'm not going to go do that. So I'm just going to go bet on me. I didn't even know what that meant. I just sold, you know, my wife and I sold all of her shit. She's like, if you got 6 weeks left to live, what do you want to do? I'm like, travel around, take pictures. I started to get into the habit of like saying the first thing that came to my mind because I was always trying to like come up with the right answer. If I was just like saying like what I want to do.
Favorite slur right now, go.
Penis!
That's not a slur.
Favorite slur?
I'm kidding.
Man.
Oh, he's going through a Rolodex right now.
Well, I'm just saying like people aren't getting bullied anymore. And there's this like this Looney Tune fictitious reality that people live in where they've chosen to like call home their Fortnite, like call Fortnite their home, and where they run their thumbs and that they forget that they live in a world of repercussions. And the crazy thing about it is like, it's easy for me to threaten you if you shit talk me. But what I've learned over my journey is like, when I hate on you, bro, it's just really saying everything about myself. And that took me a long time to figure out. So like, I actually embrace it now because it just gives me more content. And like, one of my favorite things to do now is like troll back the trollers. So like, I just like, I use it back. So it gives me like added ammunition. I make it fun now. Yeah. Vice back in the day used to like really hurt me because I'm like, why are people so mean when I'm just trying to share something and like positive and I didn't even know what the fuck I was sharing. But yeah, I just started like talking on the internet, and then I kind of like grew a message. You know, I started my brand, We Defy the Norm, in the van, and just this message about like literally defying the norm. And at the time, I really didn't know what it meant to me. I just knew that I could not do what everyone else was doing. Like I needed to do something different because you work the job that you fucking hated just for money, and then you yourself. Like that was kind of like the roadmap for a lot of the guys that I worked with. And I'm like, I want to live. Like I really want to live.
Anytime you're, just to go back really quick, it's one thing, and you wanted to actually make change when you got out from your lifestyle because you were very conditioned one way, and you're like, let me take time for myself, my family.
I wanted to make change when I was active duty, and for the first time in my life, when I was on my medical board. So my whole dream as a young Marine, once I found out that there was like tier 1 units I could go to, and when I made it over to MARSOC, I applied numerous times, but because of manpower management or something like that, I never got a chance to go. And then there was this one opportunity where like, hey, no matter your rank, no matter how long you've been in, like if you get selected, you meet the requirement, you can go. I'm like, this is my chance to finally go to selection with no stipulations from my command. And so I go to my neurosurgeon. I'm like, hey, bro, like I'm finally getting a chance to go to selection. And he's like, I'm like, I want to postpone this medical board. He's like, okay, but let me ask you this. If you were to go over there, do you think you would be a liability? And for the first time in my fucking military career, I was like honest. I'm like, yes, I would be a liability. And that really set me on a whole different trajectory because that was already hard. Asking for help was fucking hard. Fighting for myself was fucking hard. So I was already fighting for survival because no one would listen to me. And I was noticing a pattern where I was super destructive. So like anything good I did in the military, I was quickly losing because I was becoming extremely violent. I was having uncontrollable adrenaline surges. Like my central nervous system was just completely crashing, right? I would be driving in a car with my wife and like miss a turn and like, shut the fuck up. You're like, what are you doing? And she's like, she didn't even say anything. She just looked at me, and I would just project this like insecurity onto my wife. I was having all these like blowups all the time. And, you know, and I was really desperate to want to change that shit. And, so it started when I was active duty, which was sick because guys are stubborn. You know, guys won't even ask questions. Dudes will run through a room to get to a buddy, to get to an objective, a target. They'll fucking risk everything for that op, but they will not raise their hands to ask a general question. They won't ask, why are we doing this stupid ass thing? But they'll fucking run into a machine gun bunker. Same thing when it comes to getting out. Like, guys, did you know that like you can get on testosterone and your dick can work? They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I just went to the doc. I said, dude, my dick doesn't work. And he's like, let's check your blood. I'm like, holy shit, you have low testosterone. They're like, how did you do it? I'm like, I just asked.
Which, to my knowledge, isn't there like a correlation, like a direct correlation to like low testosterone in men and like TBI? And
1000%.
Like,
you know, I work for a hormone company called Core Medical Group, and it's super sick. And the coolest thing about that company is that we have a
What's the
Core
name?
Medical Group. It's based out of
okay.
Boca Raton, Florida, and we have a Core Medical Foundation. And what's really savage about that is we provide a year supply of blood work, hormone replacement therapy, and concierge service for service members that cannot afford, service members and law enforcement officers who can't afford hormone replacement therapy. And we've been doing a study the past few years of like, if we can get a man or woman their blood work done, get their hormones optimized and balanced, and get them on some type of like whatever that is. Sometimes it's testosterone, sometimes it's an estrogen blocker, sometimes it's even a peptide, right? Or sometimes it's just knowing what's inside you so you can stop building scenarios that aren't even real. We're seeing their lives change. And, you know, there's this thing called like the operator syndrome of, they're calling it like, you know, the TBI, all this stuff. But like, dude, what do you expect? You're injected with everything known to men that you don't even fucking know when you're 18 years old, you know, day 2 in the military. You're exposed to literally every heavy metal, like all the shit that I used to make fun of, heavy metals, toxins, contaminants, chemtrails, or like, you know, organic food.
On top of that, complete lack of sleep with no normal sleep cycle.
All the things I made fun of are absolutely real, and we're exposed to it. I remember throwing flashbangs in the shoot house and putting a dip in. You know, doing a whole entire shooting package, shooting thousands of rounds, and eating a Subway sandwich, pounding like 3 monsters, and be like, what's next?
I'm going on a mission day after day, be dehydrated, and then every once in a while, someone would be like, I'm not doing good. Like, what'd you do? I had 5 rippers before we went on this 10-mile mission. Why?
Yeah.
Stupid. Fucking pull
I'm
rear
bulking.
security.
I'm bulking, bro. Dude,
I mean, even like the Army's guidelines for shit like depleted uranium, they're just like, well, isn't that like bad for your nuts? And they're like, well, like, yeah, just like don't like hold it there too long. It's like, what the f does that mean?
Bro, there's a fucking 18-year-old kid throwing boxes and batteries in a fire pit, and we're all standing around smoking cigarettes and be like, man, that patrol fucking sucked, huh? And we're like, yeah, that sucked, smelling batteries, like all this shit that
Burn pits, dude.
burn pits, bro, like all that stuff that we didn't even think about, right? And all the things I used to make fun of, like the organic stuff or the pure, like years of just running a toll on your body, you know, obviously spiritually and mentally is a whole nother level, but physically, dude, like we don't take care of ourselves because we don't know any different. You know, like, oh, you got something wrong with you? Suck it the fuck up. Oh, there's something really wrong with you? Here's a Motrin. Dude, like, I had unlimited access to Motrin at Freefall School. Unlimited. There was a bucket of it. I'm going to take like 4 Motrin, so when I come down for this jump, I'm going to be able to walk back to the house. You know, like, it's like, but we don't even know what we're doing. And we, like, how many Z-Packs did you take in the military? I'm sick. Let me take a Z-Pack and nuke my entire gut biome. I didn't even know what a gut biome was, you know? I just know that if I take the Z-Pack, whatever's in me is going to die. You know, it's sick. I'm going to go back into the fight. It works.
And some of the rest of me.
And some of the rest of me. Yeah, I'll shit it out later.
There's a spider. Let me get the flamethrower.
Yeah, it's the Spetsnaz approach. It's like, 5 terrorists, 95 hostages, 100 body bag. Mission accomplished.
Yeah. So there's just all these things, but I think I've completely TBI'd this conversation. We're talking about, burn pits. U.S. soldiers burned their weights in the Middle East wars.
It's my buddy. That's my battalion. It's my unit. Everything. So when I went into like, but were you exposed to him? I was like, well, New York posted a series. That's my friend that I deployed with, and they're like, oh, you were. I was like 100%.
The photo on the brochure about burn pits is me. I'm in that, like that sort of thing. It's like
hailing the burn pit.
Connor, wait, you do not have to overhaul your life to start hitting your investing needs.
No, Eli, all you have to do is simply automate it. With Stash, your New Year money goals quietly run in the background while you focus on everything else, everything that's important to you.
Stash isn't just another investing app. It's a registered investment advisor.
That combines automated investing with expert personalized guidance.
So you don't have to worry about gambling or
Figuring it out on your own. God forbid.
Stop staring at me.
Gooning.
Investing shouldn't feel like a gamble.
No, gambling should be left to the experts like me.
People send you money and you're like, yeah. This all on red, you're
all
poor.
on black.
Every time it's just that.
Ah, dude, that 50K you gave me, it's gone.
Yeah.
Could have been 100. Could have been 100.
With Stash's smart portfolio, your money's guided by experts.
Giving you confidence while it grows. I have a lot of confidence when it grows.
Stash is simple, smart, and stress-free.
Choose from personalized investments. Let Stash's smart portfolio do the work for you, or a combination of the two.
Stash is there to guide you every step of the way. Don't let your money sit around. Put it to work with Stash.
Go to get.stash.com/unsub.
To see how you can receive $25 to your first stock purchase.
And to view important disclosures. That's get.stash.com/unsub.
Get.stash.com/unsub.
Paid non-client endorsement, not representative of all clients and not a guarantee. Investment advisory services offered by Stash Investments, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk. Offer is subject to terms and conditions.
Boom.
But you know the fucked up thing about that? I was talking to, I forgot this organization out there, but they is like special, the SOCOM, I don't know, like advisory group, or they're like a media company for something with the military. I don't fucking know. And they're like, yeah, maybe you'll talk about like, you know, how operator syndrome and veterans, you know, how we need to get the VA and the government to really push this to the system so we don't just give our veterans medicine, pills, and tell them get fucking bent. I'm like, that shit's cool and all, bro, but the problem isn't the VA or the government. The problem is us, right? It's like, what are you gonna do for me? It's like, what are you gonna do for yourself? And the problem is like, we've all gone through hard shit, and if we don't open up our voice, even in our darkest time, like, no one can ever change, because no one's gonna wanna let you down. Right? They look at you differently than them, which is the silliest thing. Like if people meet me and they're like, I didn't do anything you did. I was just I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, bro, you were in the military? Thank you for your service. Because we completely undermine ourselves. So now you take a person like that who has problems. Maybe it was sexually abused, which happens in the military. Maybe it was in a TBI that went unreported because someone didn't want to get in trouble, right? Like people aren't going to step up for themselves. I got to speak on a board I'm a master sergeant. I'm an E8 for like 3.5 years now. I'm like super senior and I'm about to retire. And I got to sit on this board for this like a TBI or this traumatic brain injury like conversation thing in my command. And my neurosurgeon calls me out. I'm like fucking anxiety central. Like my palms are all sweaty because I'm about to speak in front of people. And like, I just could not handle normal shit. But I got up there and what I said was that like, I'm an E8 and I fucking bled and sweat for this place. And I got pushed back to get help. Can you imagine what the E3 that just checked into our unit that got fucked over in a previous unit or got fucked over in this unit? Do you think I'm an E8. There's only one rank above me and I'm getting shit. What do you think is going to happen to them? No one's going to listen to them. And that's the problem that I really saw, because I was that problem too. I would see young men and women come in as their enablers to support guys and girls. I'd be like, why the fuck are they getting into like physical therapy? They just got here. I have to wait for an appointment. Like this kind of self-entitled. True, I had a fucking massive ego. But then I'm like, I'm glad they can go. Like it took me to fall on my own face to see how hard it was to even get help when I was desperate for it, to be appreciative of all the times that I saw people get help when they actually wanted to be proactive on it, because I wasn't proactive. I had the opportunity to be proactive so many times that I always postponed it because I'm going to get a chance to go to selection. I'm going to get to go to this school. I'm going to get to do this. That's all I did. And a lot of the guys and girls we work with, they're in the same mindset. So when we get out, it's like, yo, dog, all right, if you're not happy with your life, then only you can change it. And I truly feel like, you know, how you guys are positive, right? Like, you know, there's a lot of our peer groups that just literally just shit talk other veterans. And when you guys are positive, even in like your shit talking fun, it's still uplifting and positive.
We already knock each other.
Yeah.
Who hates successful veterans more than anyone else?
Oh, he gets to knock a drink over. That's fine.
But there's a lid on that.
There's a
bro.
lid.
I can take the lid off. I can knock over that mug if you like.
He's
It would
dry.
make me feel a little
It'd
bit.
be really funny if you just.
Did I fuck up this guy's
It'd be really
room?
funny if you spilled it on him.
I could.
That would be the biggest motherfucker.
Like, yeah, veterans just fuck over other veterans.
Oh yeah, you want me to spill a drink here?
Yeah. Veterans just talk
The
shit on
Woodhouse
veterans.
from Archer. I'll fetch another robe, sir.
Oh man.
Like, Brandon, what are you going to do in return?
Nothing here is scary.
Is it because my smile? People always say that. Hey, I recognize you. I'm like, is it my smile that you recognize?
Devilishly good looks.
Definitely good looks, man. Mama gave me the genes, and but yeah, it's just it's all crazy. But so I think back to the original question was like, how does social media? So I just started talking about all these things I was going through, and then I think it was right when COVID ended. When that thing happened, Shawn Ryan reached out to me and he's like, hey, because for years people were like, get Cody Alford. He's like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? And I'm like, me? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. And I'm like, thank God, because I'm not gonna get on a plane wearing a mask, like that. I wasn't gonna go nowhere. Like, I don't care who you are. Jesus Christ wants to meet you. I'm like, tell him I'll get back to him, bro. That's just not gonna happen, And I get this opportunity to go on Shawn Ryan's show, and I like just data dump my life. Like I was originally supposed to talk about like conspiracies and aliens and like Tartaria and like all sorts of weird shit. That's what he's like, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, are you into this stuff? He's like, yeah, I am. So we just started.
So the reason nobody knows how to get to Agartha is because you wanted to talk about yourself. Huh?
It's not even my fault, bro. He asked me, where did you grow up? I'll tell you everything. Dude, that chair was the most therapeutic chair of my life, man. And that chair changed my life. And
well, even how was the nerves or
what about the gummy bears?
The gummy bears did not last. I'm a gummy bear slut, dude, and like those gummy bears were so delicious.
That's a shirt. You should sell that as a shirt.
I'm a gummy bear slut.
Just gummy bear slut.
What the funny part is? You would sell a shit.
You would sell a shit ton.
Gummy bear slut's a really good shirt.
Yeah, that's a gummy bear slut, bro. It was so great. Yeah, they were so good. But yeah, I was nervous.
If I saw somebody like you wearing that shirt, I would have so many questions.
If I wore that shirt here, they'd tell me to take off my shirt like this guy. He's autistic and wants to fuck.
Fen, do you want to show your shirt off?
Yeah, come show the shirt. Apparently, the security team at the casino saw his shirt and told him he needs to quit wearing it in public.
Profiled you, bro.
I said I should have just went mute.
Not mute, non-verbal.
Non-verbal.
If you would be like, they would have been like, never mind. Sorry. They apologized and ran away in fear. Not fucked with
they're
you
watching Finn play blackjack. They're like, this guy's definitely not autistic. He's losing way too much money.
He didn't get the super.
He did not get the Rain Man kind of autism.
They just watch him.
There's 31 flavors, and he didn't get that one.
No, you did not.
Still stimming the entire time. He's having a good time blowing money.
Where do we even go from that?
I don't know.
Gummy bear slut and autistic and ready to fuck.
Oh, man. It's fucking beautiful. So you started talking about that. Shawn Ryan, how was that experience when they actually reached out for the first time? Was it like, oh, okay, I'm going to prep, or how much prep work went into it?
There was no prep. I didn't.
No shit.
Yeah, like I said, we were supposed to talk about like aliens and things, and so I'm like, I was excited for the opportunity, and I was episode 34, so still pretty infinite on his stuff, and I was just humble that I got an opportunity, like somebody wanted.
Yeah.
To hear?
Yeah.
And out of curiosity, why was he going to talk to you about aliens specifically?
I don't think he knew what he wanted to talk about. I think he asked me, and I'm like, and then I'm like, I was into like reading all those books. I'm like, are you into this? And he's like, what are you into? I'm like, I'm into these weird things. He's like, do you want to talk about that? I'm like, sure, I can talk about this stuff. And that's really what my thought process was going down there. And clearly that's not what happened. And
yeah, I thought I didn't know if we were going to get another lore dump where you're like, oh yeah, no, well, I was a guard at like Area 51 for a couple years. That sort of thing. I've seen some shit.
Yeah, no, there was, we didn't even get to talk about aliens, and honest, it was selfishly, it changed my life by giving myself, I never even thought about some of those memories till that chair. And that was the first time I ever I already had to do like a congruency of like timelines when I was in the military for my medical board of like, yep, I ate 100 Mikliks on this deployment, and I had to like kind of go back into my timeline of experience. But like to going back to my childhood or like my interaction with my oldest son who lives in Germany with his mom that I didn't have contact till he was freaking 8, like these real questions, and he kind of just like opened up Pandora's box and like gave me an opportunity to speak. And it was awesome. Before I even knew what feeling seen was, like I felt fucking seen before I even knew what that was. And
so you'd never spoken to anybody about this stuff before?
No, I tried to, and then I realized that I would get too choked up, and I didn't really know why, because I was still pretty fresh. I think at this point I was out of the Marine Corps maybe like 3 years, 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. And so like I was still going through a lot of like things that I couldn't quite identify yet. And I wasn't happy. I didn't love myself. I was really struggling, but I was functioning struggling, right? Like So it was kind of working, but it was also not working at the same time. And the wild thing about that is Shawn texted me. He's like, hey, dude, it's going to go air tomorrow. You ready? I'm like, I typed this like paragraph and I asked him to please don't air it. And I'm so grateful that I wasn't selfish and sent that. But I was so scared. I'm like, what if I said too much? Like, what if I broke a rule or something? You know, I
didn't know you didn't send it. When you initially said that, I'm like, oh, and he just fucking sent it anyway? What an asshole.
Yeah, no, man, I totally think he would respect. I mean, I don't even think. I know he would have respected my wishes.
Left you on red.
Yeah.
Oh, notification from the Shawn Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. Shawn seems cool. He's seems like a really good dude.
It was really great interaction, but I didn't send that. But I was scared, you know. And obviously, and then the podcast comes out, and like I'm like really uncomfortable because I was just being me, but I was also doing what most people haven't ever done, is like just be themselves. And the first like 1,000 comments was like, I'm not taking life advice from a guy with face tattoos. What a piece of shit with face tattoos. This guy needs Jesus Christ in his life. Like all these like typical douchery things that I see digitally. And it really fucked me up a bit. I'm like, dude, I'm just being me, sharing my story, but I'm fucked up for being me. Like, I'm sorry I'm not perfect. But then wouldn't you know that was only so small compared to the amount of positives. I mean, dude, I get stopped. It's been uncomfortable for a lot of years. It's not so much uncomfortable now because it means a lot to me that people take time out of their day to be like, hey, dude, you've impacted my life. You showed me that I could go get fucking help. Because like PTSD, trauma, I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. Like we all have it. And I've been into psychedelics since 2018 and I've done the majority of all of them. And there's always one common denominator: how it all started. And it's not war. It's not combat. It's not the abuse. It's not the neglect. It's when you were a kid of some shape or form. And then that forms into you not seeing yourself and all the things you've gone through. And, you know, throughout this journey for myself, I didn't even process getting shot in the fucking helmet. I downplayed it for years. People are like, dude, you got shot in the fucking helmet. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm comfortable. And I walk away. Hey, you're the youngest master sergeant. I'm okay, thank you. Walk away. Like, I just felt uncomfortable because I never even acknowledged like all the crazy shit that I even got to experience, you know, good or bad. And, so it's super sick, man. And like, it's funny because I'll get talked by a bunch of like soft guys, special operations guys on the internet all the time about me because motherfuckers hate when you don't hop on the bandwagon. And if you speak logic to illogical people, you trigger them. And then when you tell them you're triggered, that just pisses them off more. So I just keep on saying you're triggered. But anyways, but out of all those things, the amount of people that I've like last year at SHOT Show, there was like these guys, like Team 6 guys. There's fucking dudes all around. They're like, hey, bro, I appreciate what you're doing. Thanks you for saying the things that you say. I'm like, you're a bad motherfucker. This dude's a fucking nobody talking shit behind a screen and you say thank you. And so I'm like, bro, okay. And then I've really asked myself this whole time, like, what is the point of all these things if I'm not going to use my fucking mouth, right? Like if I'm not going to use what God gave me, this voice, the most powerful thing we possess, you know, I am truly selfish. And I feel like it's boldness. It's a lack of boldness in your life to not open up. You know, if you can't say no, then you'll just agree to everything, bro. That you have no backbone. You're lukewarm, motherfucker. And that I don't choose to be that, you know? Like I don't choose to be a lukewarm motherfucker. I'm not perfect by any means, but like I have beliefs. I know what I stand for. I know what I believe in. I've worked really hard to get there. And it wasn't like it just happened overnight. It was years of fucking facing the things that no one could see. They're like, oh, you're killing it. I'm like, bro, I'm really suffering really, really bad right now. But I am getting better. You know, instead of fucking up 10 times a day, I'm only fucking up 5 times a day. You know, I started looking for more reasons of how my life was changing than how my life was staying the same. And that was a big paradigm shift for me. And, you know, but it started off with the Shawn Ryan show, then back to like, how did I blow up on social media? Shawn Ryan like jumped me up. Dude, I remember the first time Shawn Ryan video drops, I go live the next day on Instagram just to say thank you. Dude, 60,000 motherfuckers were live on my Instagram live. I'm like, oh shit.
No pressure.
No, I was like, oh fuck. I just like, if I didn't look at the numbers, it would have been anything, right? Like I'm pressing my phone, but I saw 60,000 people on my like 34,000 follower count. And I'm like, oh, like my stomach just like went on my asshole, bro. I was like, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable. And
you were giving missions and direction to people who run into combat, and all of a sudden you're like,
oh, for sure, dude. A screen, you know, a device that doesn't even have a button, you know? It's not even a real button. And that thing terrified me, bro. But you know, that black box, dude, is like the portal to so many positive influence in this life, right? And you can either be a shit talking one or a motherfucker that stands for something that is positive. It's so it takes the same amount of effort and energy. And these guys that just talk shit online, I'm like, bro, you have a girlfriend or a wife that's like, man, that's my man right there, just talking shit all day. I get to him. I'm like, that has to be the conversation.
I'm sure that's the exact conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You told him, babe.
I'm proud of my man. My man just gets on the internet all day and just talks shit about motherfuckers. Woo, I mean, it makes me proud.
Brandon, do you need not...
One more time. You got this,
Brandon,
buddy.
can you... Brandon, do you
Almost
like
there, bud.
Brandon, where do you store your firearms?
All over my house, in every fucking crevice.
Well, do I have the product for you, Nick? Show 'em.
Here, hand it to me, Brandon, so I can show you. Brandon, this is STOPBOX.
STOPBOX.
We love box.
You selling me?
What's in the box?
You have to open it and find out.
All right, well, let's see if I can do this. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, it
That
didn't
was
stop
easy.
you.
Can I hide my goop in that?
You can hide your goop in that, Cody. Cody, do you know why I love this thing?
Why?
Why?
Why, God, why?
Because you don't have to use keys.
Gun not included.
Cody, you've got multiple cats in your house, including Squirt, who's quite the scrapper. Mm-hmm. Would you want Squirt to have access to your firearms?
No, he's violent.
Well, then STOPBOX is the perfect product for you. No cat's getting inside that.
Or people without thumbs. The nice part is it is actually TSA compliant.
I didn't actually know that part until a couple months ago. That is actually really cool. You just put a little lock through there.
Exactly.
When you check in a pistol or any gun, if there's a hole that a lock can go through on whatever you're checking your gun in, you have to put a lock through that. This has one hole, so you just need one lock, easily accessible once you land on the ground.
I know you're not normally a one-hole kind of guy, but this is definitely an exception to the rule.
And never worry about tariffs because everything is sourced right here in the USA.
Wait, what are tariffs?
Like, I'm pretty sure I shot a few of them.
For a limited time only, get 10% off your entire order if you use code unsubscribe at checkout.
And right now, if you buy one STOPBOX, you're going to get another STOPBOX free. So that's 10% off plus buy one, get one free when you use code unsub at checkout.
That's StopBoxUSA.com.
Discover a better way to balance security and readiness with STOPBOX.
StopBoxUSA.com. Use code unsubscribe.
Something that I learned from Administrative Results of all people. He said something that like kind of resonated with me and like it stuck with me since then. Is because you see negative comments on the internet and you immediately want to respond because in your mind like you see a million people telling you, oh, you're the shit, and you see one guy saying like you ain't shit, and like that's the one that sticks out, right? But he said, you cultivate what you encourage and what you spend your time on. And he's like, for every negative comment that I respond to, I try to respond to 10 positive ones. I'm like, that's actually probably a very good rule. I think that's that direction I think is healthy.
Dude, and honestly, I give credit to the people that have triggered me online. Like all the dudes that have talked shit about me online, they have impacted my life positively. And I realized there was my own peer group in MARSOC when I first got out. I've only had one job as a civilian. I worked for 4 months at this startup cannabis company in LA. I'm like a director of operations. I'm like, damn, I'm getting paid for you money. This is sick. I got face tattoos. Like I'm a glorified drug dealer getting paid. I'm like, this is epic. Fuck you. You look happy. You look successful. This guy. And I would tell myself these things. I'm like, that guy didn't do shit in my job. And now he's getting this opportunity. So like, but I would never type it. I just talk inside of me. But then I realized even during then, I'm like, he's just triggering me of what I could do if I had the courage to do what he's doing. Because I was too scared. He's doing something that I want to do, but he's bold enough to go do it. And I'm not, And
I get all you do is read Wikipedia pages on the internet, and it's like, I mean, fucking kinda go for it, bro. Like it's a dope ass job. If
Nobody's
that's all
stopping
I'm doing,
you.
You should do it. Like,
You just
fucking
have a
by all
podcast.
means. Yeah.
Okay, try it. I assure you. Just try it.
Yeah, just do it. Like,
yeah, just try it. And like these guys that talk shit, it's like, I'm like, why is this bothering me? Do I believe that? And
They jealous.
that's easy to say too, but at the same time, it's making my nervous system feel uncomfortable, making me feel that wooziness in here. And it's like,
Why do you think that is?
Why? Well, at the time I didn't understand, but then I started to dive into like my nervous system and like, okay, I don't believe that. My mind doesn't believe that, but my body still doesn't know the difference. Right. And therefore like, okay, why is that triggering me? Is that true? Am I not showing up in certain areas of my life? Am I being a phony? Am I being a fraud?
I mean, the most hurtful comments are the ones that have like a little nugget of truth to it. Where you're like, if that's like an insecurity that you've had or like something that you think like, oh man, I might have phoned this one in or something like that. And so you see a comment that said, man, you phoned this in. You're like, fuck. Like it's the ones that make you more aggravated.
Not even like rooted in truth for me. It's just like,
or at least what you think.
Why am I giving this energy? I'm giving it energy because clearly I do believe I'm a piece of shit in some aspect. You know, and you know, I'm a big proponent of plant medicine. Have you heard of Vet Solution? Have you heard of Ambio Life Science? So Vet Solution is a nonprofit that's by Marcus Capone. He was a Team 6 guy, I believe. And so his foundation sends special operations veterans to Mexico with this company called Ambio Life Science. And you go in there, you do Ibogaine and 5-MeO-DMT. And
I know a couple of people actually.
I've been down there twice. The first time I went down there, I truly believe I found God in my belief in a concrete room in Mexico. But when I came back home,
it's like a 2 to 3 day thing, right?
It's a 5-day event, yeah. So you go down there, you do like a sweat lodge, and then the next day, that night, you fast and you do your Ibogaine ceremony. And then the next day is like a massive recovery day. They call it the day of the gray day. My first experience of just like twitching, like tweaking out on the bed, like just super nauseous. Cause like you cannot have, like me, I have like ayahuasca, I didn't have any visions or any sightings in my mind. It was just darkness and stillness. Same thing with Ibogaine, but your body is detoxing. I woke up the next day, I had more mobility in my life than I've had in years because it just attacks the inflammation. You know, it's insane what it does. And
like just physical mobility?
Physical mobility. I was able to touch my toes for the first time, like on the first try. It was the most wild thing. And then secondly, the most important thing about Ibogaine is you're guaranteed to move the gray matter in your brain. So like people that are really scared, but they have all these crazy TBIs, it reverses TBIs. It doesn't heal you, but it starts to put things back in its place so you can actually make progress in your life. Because they've actually done studies on this. They actually did a study with a bunch of SEALs out west, put them through Ibogaine, did the MRIs and CAT scans on them, and saw how the gray matter shifted in their brain from they were already exposed to blast exposure to post-Ibogaine.
The neuropathways form again, or in different ways.
In different ways, but yeah, like you know,
I've seen there's a lot of studies that are coming out nowadays. Especially, I think they just removed like one of the there was like a government limitation on the ability to study stuff like this. But whether it's like psychedelics in general, like Ibogaine or psilocybin, like actual like documented improvement when it comes to like TBIs and healing the brain.
Dude, 1000%, bro. I don't believe that plant medicine's for everybody, but I believe that change is for everybody. And some people are just so resistant, and that's okay. Because there's a lot of other modalities out there. There's a lot of like basic, eye therapy that can re-engage the neural pathways in your brain. There's just a lot of things out there, but I've always felt called to plant medicine for whatever reason. And then after that day, you do 5-MeO-DMT, Bufo, the toad, they call it the God molecule. And I tell people like when you go down to Mexico, you're guaranteed 3 things. 1, you're guaranteed to feel better in your body. Guaranteed. You're guaranteed to move the gray matter in your brain. Guaranteed. And you're guaranteed a chance to let go.
And if you look like me or Eli, you're not guaranteed to come back.
Well, luckily it's just super safe. You're in like a gated community. Like it's like 5-star. You're in a mansion. Like it's like you got monitors, you got doctors.
Hey, why are you sleeping on the bed? Go mow the yard. Just confuse us for the yard work. It's like, oh, okay.
You guys would fit in perfectly. It would be great. It'd be like at home, Yeah.
He's telling us to move back.
Well, you don't like this country? Well, go back to where you came from.
Dude, I've seen so many changes in individuals from it that I know have TBI or really bad PTSD, and then I get to watch the experience of them even having alcoholism, and it's gone. Literally, they've done it once. They don't crave booze anymore. It's the most wild shit I've ever watched. Even though these are individuals, I'm sure you've seen the same thing. They're addicted to substance. Gone over a week.
One way or the other, you can't argue that it doesn't rewrite something in your neural pathways.
I was there with a Army Ranger, a regiment dude, right? Army Ranger guy. I can't even speak right now. Army Ranger. I am tired from SHOT Show.
Same. You're 40 also, my friend.
It's going around.
Yeah. And he was an alcoholic. And he changed my perspective on At first, I thought the message is you call selfish, it'll get people to think. And it's not gonna stop you. But it might make you pause that 1 millisecond to think about your actions because there's no tagbacks. I used to think that was it. His story completely changed my perspective. He said one day before he was in Mexico with me, He was having a great day. Wife cooked breakfast. Everything was fine and dandy. He was having literally the time of his life. His kid was about to go to a friend's house down the street and play Xbox and have a party. And his wife was about to drive the kids down there, and he was going to go grab the meat and bring it down there. And he said as soon as his family left, he walked outside. He had no intentions of doing this. He walked outside, put his extension cord around his neck, put it over the grating. He had like, what is it? What, lattice or not lattice? Whatever that thing is called. And he hung himself. And his wife came back because the son left the controller at home. The wife came back. And so unfortunately the son saw his dad hanging. The wife and the son were able to pick him up and like get him off and get him help. And that changed completely changed my vision and idea of what I thought was. This guy did not have one ideation. And just like that, he decided to go for it.
And like future plans and everything like that. Like, that's crazy.
Future plans. I mean, and one of my great friends, Daniel Brown, he was a Navy SARC, so they're the Special Amphibious Reconnaissance Corpsman. One of my best friends, just a beautiful man, beautiful soul. And we're on the phone, and we're supposed to link up next week. He moved back to Nebraska with his family. We were both in Idaho together, and we were going to do business together. So I was like, yeah, let's link up Monday and let's talk about this business plan. That was me pushing. That was him pushing it, right? That was his objective. I'm like, sick. 2 days later, I get a call from his wife saying that Daniel's gone, and it crushed me, dude. It so crushed me, and I'm like, fuck, this motherfucker is selfish, dude. Like, what the fuck? But then hearing the story about this ranger that I met, who's a beautiful man, dude. Like he's the best stories, dude. He did time in prison, like crazy shit, dude. A lot of trauma. And he has a heart of gold, really means well. But for him to make that decision, it changed my mind. Well, so we do Ibogaine, we do our 5-MeO, and he hasn't touched alcohol since. He actually said in his journey with Ibogaine, because you fly into the San Diego airport, and then you stay at a hotel, and they pick you up and drive you across the border the next day. He said in his trip, he woke up in the San Diego airport terminal. There was no one there. He walked in. He knew exactly where the bar was because he had a beer on the way there in real life, right? So he walks into the terminal. No one's there. He walks into, I think it was like the Stone Brewery Co., pours himself a beer. He says as soon as he takes a sip, this is all in his mind, he said he just exploded. And then he flashed back to childhood, flashed back to war, and kept on flashing back to all these things. And he says he hasn't had a drink since then.
Jesus.
But the crazy thing about that, with that much level of change in your life, right, and especially with 5-MeO DMT, 5-MeO is the craziest thing I've ever done, because no matter how strong you think you are, there is only surrender. And the hardest thing, I think, for humans in general, not even men, not even veterans, is just surrendering, right? Because we hold on to this life because, well, life is good, fucking talking on phones, microphones, spilling drinks on herself. You know, we're gonna have fun.
All right, listen.
You want to go do Ibogaine for that?
Yeah, dude.
Embarrassment you suffered?
Yeah. That's what I'm going to flash back to, is that moment on the podcast.
But you handled it like a G, you know? You handled it like a G. You're like, I will not be defeated by a wet taint. You know, like
Brandon's telling the doctor why he's going through the treatment.
Did you do war? No. Worse.
You ever heard of swamp ass? Yeah. In front of other men? That was me.
And that was the last time Brandon wore a robe.
Yep.
Never again.
True story.
You know, and so you do this 5-MeO experience, and it's you have to completely surrender. But anyways, I'm like, I felt so loved and empowered through this journey. But I went back home and I try to like, well, I feel loved. I know I'm connected to it, whatever that it is to me. And I'm like, why can't I accept love in my life? I'm like, why can't I accept this love that I just got to experience and I know it's real and there for me? Well, I got called back. I got invited back again a year later, like, hey, you want to come back for round number 2? And I was terrified because I'm like, I know what I'm about to have to go through. And it wasn't the Ibogaine that I was worried about. It was like that 5-MeO.
So you did it twice?
You have to die. Yes, I did it. I actually did it 3 times.
Oh,
the
no shit.
Dude, also, the worst tagline for a business is like, you want to die 80 times.
Well, I know you're going to die. You know, they don't say that, but like, I know you're going to die.
I know, because all my friends that went through it's like, you die like 100 times. I'm like, you're not selling me on this.
But the thing is,
very
like,
honest with you.
But the cool thing about that though is like, when we hold on to everything in this life, right? We hold on to our past identities, right? Like reprogramming our lives and our mindsets and our relationships and all this shit. It's just, you're choosing to hold on to an old version of you that you say you don't like, but yet it's like, well, I might need this gear pouch if the apocalypse happens in 30 years from now. You know, like we hold on to all this shit that we don't even really realize. At least that was in my world, right? So I'll just speak about myself.
If you ever go again, I will join you on that.
Bro, I'd love to get you guys connected.
Next we'll go, and so will Brandon.
Dude.
Brandon has this.
Yeah, apparently I just had my traumatic experience, so I'll have to,
You'd be surprised, man. A traumatic, trauma is like, it doesn't matter how you got it. The fact is you got that motherfucker.
Legitimately, though, I do know like a lot of friends, mutual friends that have gone through that experience. They've gone to Mexico, whether it's through that group or not, I'm not sure, but have gone through the Ibogaine 5-MeO.
Yep.
And they've said nothing but good things.
Yeah, man, it's life changing. So I go back on the second trip, and I'm excited to go because I'm scared. And I realized a long time ago when it's scared and nervous is the same feeling as excitement. It's just a different word that I'm choosing to like bounce around in my head. And so I'm like, if I'm scared, I know I gotta go. And I know that the only way, if I don't take a step forward, I'm just going to freeze and lock up, and that's not going to happen. So I know I'm just going to push forward. And the first thing I say is, I f***ing hate you. And I started to cry. I did like 2 hits.
Who do you say this to?
To myself.
Okay.
And I'm saying it out loud in a beautiful garden overlooking this beautiful ocean, beautiful, beautiful garden, flowers everywhere, and a bunch of like amazing people around me. And I just started to cry, and then I yell out at the top of my lungs, I fucking hate you. And then I keep on saying, I hate you, I hate you. And I'm just like bawling my ass off, and I haven't cried like this in so long. And I'm grateful that I'm crying, but I'm really kind of like just going through it at this moment. And then I ended up saying out loud, I am you, I am you, I love you, I love you. And I don't know why the fuck I would say those things. But then it really changed my entire life, because I realized for 39 years how much I hated myself, even when I had smiles on my face, even when I wasn't lying to myself. So those texts, these comments that were negative, the shit I would say to my head, the reasons why I'm like, man, why can't I make my marriage better? Like, why can't my business run good? Like, why? It was because I couldn't accept me. And I'm a believer in that. You say you believe in shit, but if you don't believe in yourself, then the thing that you believe in is also bullshit. And so that to me is like the ultimate like equalizer. And I realized I couldn't accept this love that I experienced a year ago because I couldn't even accept love for myself. I'm like, I want my wife to love me. I need my wife to love me because that will make me better. Like, no one's going to give me the love that I need but myself. And if I can't be open to that, then I can't accept anything else, because I couldn't accept my wife's love. I couldn't accept my friend's love. Like, I always felt like someone's trying to get an angle on me, or like she just takes something from me. And I'm like, why I'm always betting on people and investing in people, but they're not investing in me. They were doing it the whole time. But I had these goggles on of like fucking hatred for myself, and I just didn't know it. And dude, I turned 40 last May. So May 23rd, I turned 40, dude. The best year of my life, bro. Like, whatever it was last year, 2025, the best fucking year of my life, bro. And
your DM to me, or your text to me, was amazing to read, because you're like, holy shit, it's been a really good year. Now I'm focusing on myself. You could see that change in yourself. It was awesome to read. I was like, dude, congratulations. You're just so positive, even towards me. You're like, I love seeing what you're doing. It's awesome. It's
thanks,
awesome. Man. And same, I was like, dude, same, you're crushing it. I love your journey. I love that you're very vocal about it. But now that you're saying this out loud, it makes a lot of sense. Like,
yeah, people are like, man, you're fucking killing it. I'm like, bro, I don't even have money to pay my bills this month, dude. But I'm like, if killing it means happy as fuck, and I love my life and I love my family, then I'm murdering it, bro. And
dude, wait till that gummy bear slut shirt
dude,
comes
gummy bear
out.
slut, dude.
Nick,
where it's at.
we can make this happen right now.
Dude, I just want to feed families in the town that I live in.
Gummy bears.
And drive a Porsche. Like, I want a rally Porsche, right? I want to feed families and fucking own a rally Porsche,
Oh
right?
my
And
God,
Gummy
you're
bear slut's
speaking
going to
to
be
my
my
heart right
gateway to there, you know?
That was like, I'm like, wow, he's so altruistic. Oh, he's still a dude.
Oh, dude, rally Porsche. I've been in the classics my entire life, but where I live, like, the classics that I used to have, they would just fall apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to put a big ass elk on my rally Porsche. And I worked with a client back in the day. He's an artist, and he commissioned this, like, my favorite color is yellow. And so it's yellow with black tiger stripe. And he painted me in the picture. And I'm like, this is got like Baja lights and the rack on top. I'm like, I'm going to fucking have an elk on my Porsche and drive it every day. And it's only a matter of time, And
Well, to completely change gears, sorry,
Let's
but going
do it.
back to some stuff you said earlier, you were saying like your first deployment and whatnot. You're like, oh yeah, and I talked to my wife, or my wife sent out
Oreos and frosting.
Yeah, which for one is just such a flex on the enemy. It's like we will go halfway around the world not only to kill you, but we're going to be eating better food than you have while we do it.
Not even just Oreos, the seasonal drops.
Yeah, the seasonal drops.
Seasonal drops of Oreos.
Seasonal
The
drops.
logistical flex of that is hilarious. But it sounded like you met your wife very early.
No, I met my wife actually before my last deployment.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah, no. I was actually married before. I was married for 6.5 years, and I was the typical story. Bro, she's not good for me. Like, you don't know anything. She loves me, man. She loves me, and obviously it's always easy to talk shit. I was equally guilty in a toxic relationship, but that was actually hard, dude. Getting divorced is hard. I hated my marriage. I hated what I was doing. I wanted it to end, and I'd be like, I want a divorce, and she's like, fine. I'm like, no, love me. So my desperation for wanting to be loved, stemmed back a very long time in my career. In my life, I just didn't even know it. And, you never really know until you read the whole book, And so I was actually married for 6.5 years, and I met my wife. I actually stalked her online. So bro, dude, there's a lot of good looking dudes that are jacked and tattooed out there, right? I can't just like your first post. I got to scroll down a couple, and you are going to know I exist. And at the time,
Take notes, fellas.
Yeah. At the time, my Instagram was just guns, Harleys, and classic trucks, right? And then I had this crazy curled mustache as my photo. It was from a deployment photo. And luckily, one of my buddy's wives worked at the same bar that my wife was working at. And she's like, who is this creep? And she's like, oh, that's my husband's friend. And so she kind of bridged an introduction, and bro, dude,
who's this creep is that's a great segue.
Is a stud, And
The
so,
real moral of the story.
Yeah.
Have a buddy who's friends with the wife.
oh, for sure.
Have a buddy who's married to someone with hot friends.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Dude, my wife is savage, dude. She's everything that I wasn't at the time. And I was on 3 deployments with my first marriage. I got one fucking care package that I had to set up before I deployed on our deployment, right? I never got anything else. And not woe is me, but this is my wife, my
That is a
my homie,
depressing
dude.
ass.
It was so depressing as fuck.
Hopefully this deployment
Yeah.
should send me rice.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. I got themed packages once a week where I was at on my last rotation, and my wife was just dude. I'd open up, it'd be like a movie box, bro. She would send me beer and beer and chips and popcorn.
I didn't know they were allowed to send alcohol.
Bro, you're not allowed to do a lot of things, but do you listen to rules? I ate
apparently
bacon
your wife
over
doesn't.
there, dude.
Hey, fair enough.
I had bacon sent, I'm an American, You ever heard that back-to-back world champs, before everyone went woke and tell you just working for the Jews, So,
I'm still going back to meeting with the pastor, and it's like, you're Jewish and you're eating bacon. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what about it?
Hey, about that. The jukebox with the beef.
So
What's kosher mean?
Yeah, so you're telling me if I'm Jewish today, I get that beef stew? Oh, Yudin. Sign me up.
Why is this napkin circular?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a weird ass napkin.
Man, they thought of everything in this kid,
That's so f***ed up.
Oh shit!
It's great, dude. Dude, I had a patch that said Bear Jew, and for a short time that was my nickname or whatever. And because there's only so many Jewish, and I was a scout sniper, so I had SS tattoos on me, being a scout sniper. They're like, "You're racist." I'm like, I'm fucking Jewish, right? How do I hate myself? Well, funny story. I really did hate myself. Jokes on me. Years later, I'd realize that. But yeah, it just wow. Anyways, but Bear Jew is sick. All my paddles have Bear Jew, literally.
It's a pretty cool moniker.
It's super sick. It literally bear with the fucking Star of David. I've got another paddle, the big ass Star of David. And then I post those things nowadays. One, I do it just to troll the internet because everyone hates Jews now. And but two, it's this was cool, but then there's this different generation that oh, I'm just a zombie Zogbot. I'm like, what does that mean? And then they
don't know what that means either. I'm
follow
hearing
it
it
up
a lot.
with what is it, bootlicker, and what's the other cool terms to use nowadays? Throat goat. I got called a throat goat. Yeah, by another well-known special forces
in person?
YouTuber. Oh, definitely not in person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I saw him. I saw him yesterday. But I got called a throat goat. The specific words were Tim Kennedy's throat goat. That was the specific words used. Because when the whole Tim Kennedy thing came out, I went on TK's post and I said, look at us, typically just attacking each other and talking shit. But that clearly meant I chose sides and said stolen valor is fine and agreed to every nefarious thing that happened. But you can't be logical to logical people. At the end of the day, though, if you are logical to logical people, it's very easy to dim yourself and to go back into hiding or join the mob and not ever be seen again. And I refuse to have a mom and dad that raised me. I refuse to have a belief that I say I believe in and to fucking play small, and it's not to be better than you or to be just different because I want to be. Bitch, I only know how to be me and I am just different. And the thing is, we're all different, but we're just scared to say us, to be ourselves. Dude, I had a meeting with a company today and they're like, how do you want to do this? Do you want to get your camera out? I'm like, bro, we could just have a conversation. We talked about this. Let's just be bros. Tell me about your new gear. And then my camera guy will figure it out.
Because that's the SHOT Show special is you go around the show floor and you see these people that just like a fucking animatronic. They'll just go into their 5-minute spiel. It's like, bro, it's okay. You can we're not doing this for camera. We can just talk about this.
Yeah, dude, I'm not trying to be like everyone else. Oh yeah, give me my 10% discount code so I can say the same regurgitated shit that I hear 24/7. Bitch, I'm not a Teletron or a commercial, bro. I'm a real person, dude. And what I say impacts lives, right? And what I do impacts my own fucking life and my family. And why would I choose to be a robot? And if I have a chance to be human or ask a question or get help, why wouldn't I want to do that no matter how scared it is? It doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, man, you ran into a machine gun fortified position and you're like, this is sick. And then you're like, man, who needs help? Who's actually feeling good? I'm like, I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good to go because I'm scared to be seen by my own brothers.
I think it's a scary thing. I think that's what's awesome. What you're doing is you're an individual you are at the top of your job in the Marines. You led from that position and now you are that inspiration because it's okay. Because a lot of guys, they're going to look up to you and the second you're like, hey, you can't, it's okay to have an emotional response. It's okay, X, Y, and Z. They'll do it now just because you're the one leading from the front from that. So I truly appreciate that.
Thanks, man. It's so many times in my life I've asked man, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? And I'm looking around as I'm saying I'm using the same purpose, looking for my purpose. I'm using the same breath, asking where's my purpose when my breath is my purpose, and if tomorrow I'm passionate about something else and that will be my purpose then, but being me and encourage other people to do that. Now here's the crazy thing, right? People are like, America sucks, the war's crazy. I'm like, listen, bitch, it will always be that until you realize how powerful you are. Could you imagine during COVID if people said, I'm not gonna fly today, fuck you, you would not have any rules. But I had to go to this business, that business you hate, that business that you literally talk shit about to all your friends. That's why you drink so much on the weekend. You come home and you talk to your wife about how much you fucking hate your job. That job, you had to go there?
That's something that Mr. Gunzinger, I think, actually told me at one point, where he's talking about people are like, oh, you're a grifter, you're a grifter.
Oh, grifter, that's another good word.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're a grifter, bro. You did an ad for a company. He's like, yeah, I gave my unfiltered, informed opinion on a product, and in that, I did an ad for another company. Yeah, okay, sure, fine. It's like an advertisement, just like anything else. If you watch the news or whatever, they run ads on that, whatever, fine. It's a little advertisement, and then my unfiltered, unpurchased opinion. It's like, you spend your entire 40-hour work week working for a company you hate. Who's the grifter?
Yeah.
You're the one working for a company you genuinely despise for your entire week.
But that's that fear. There was a Marine Raider I was going through the brain clinic with when I was active duty on my way out, and he was like, man, fuck this command, I'm tired of this bullshit, blah 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 blah. I'm like, good for you, bro. So you can go on terminal leave, so that you're still active duty, but you're on leave, and you can work a real job, but you get paid.
Yep.
And so this guy's on terminal leave wearing a contractor polo shirt in our compound. I'm like, the fuck are you doing, bro? You just spent the last 2 weeks with me talking shit about how much you hate this place that stresses you out. He's like, but bro, I need the fucking money. I need the money too. You know what I fucking did when I had $0 because I was an idiot thinking that I was going to save my way to financial freedom? All I wanted when I retired from the Marine Corps was a Range Rover and a Panerai watch. That's all I wanted. And I was going to save to the dollar, to the cent, what it would cost for both those things. And on my timeline, I was going to just have enough to go pay cash and I'd be done with it. That's where my mind was at. I didn't have shit. And so when I got out, the only liquid cash I had was my classic truck, my dream truck. So I sold that bitch.
What was the truck?
It's a 1952 GMC pickup. It was
Hell yeah.
savage. Petty blue, white vinyl interior, airbags, bro. It was nasty.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Ultimate dad truck.
What, dad truck?
Dad truck.
Dad truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was an ultimate fucking dope truck, bro. It was sick.
My buddy Frazier's.
Oh, dude.
You said rally Porsche.
That's it.
Frazier super and rally Porsches.
Oh yeah.
He has
literally a rally.
Oh yeah, shit.
That is so sick.
Yeah. It's the first thing he did. He's like, I bought a rally Porsche. I'm like, dude, that is dope as shit.
That is super dope.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, my big ass is gonna fit in there and just drive it every day till the wheels fall off.
So where can everyone find you on the internet right now?
Right now on the internet, my Instagram's probably like my main like daily influence, which is the Cody Alford. So the Cody Alford, that's it, THE. And then YouTube, it's the same, the Cody Alford. And yeah, I told myself like 4 weeks ago, I'm like, man, I need someone to film for me. Like, if I had my film guy here, I would just like be crushing it. And then my one of my great best friends, he comes and he's a videographer. He moves back home, and he's like, I'm like, bro, we're gonna dominate. Didn't tell him one thing. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, Cody. Like, you're gonna be that guy. Oh, when I'm rich, I'll be happy. You know, when I get jacked, then I'll be nice to myself. So I said, fuck you. And so I just been pulling out my phone and like just getting my YouTube back up. I was super grateful because of everyone. I broke 100,000 subscribers like a couple months ago. And I'm just like,
congrats.
Yeah, I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning last night because I'm posting every Wednesday, dude. I'm like, I'm doing it, man. I've really overcomplicated a lot of things in my life. And so now I'm not playing catch up. I'm just doing the things that I say I do. You know, and not overcomplicate things.
The amount of people, especially when it comes to social media or YouTube or whatever, that overcomplicate things. It's like, man, I started on a fucking iPhone.
Make it efficient as possible.
I'm still using my iPhone.
Yeah, it's like this. People think, oh, I need this kind of camera, or I don't have this much production, whatever. It's like, no, just be you.
Dude, I cleared a minefield on my second deployment with a 3-day pack. I took out all my gear. We put rocks and water bottles and attached 550 cord. And I would throw that bitch and I would pull it back, drag it back. Then I would screw it up. I would put an IR chem light on the ground. I would throw my pack and I would drag it back. I did this shit at 19 years old. And then here I am with opportunity and like almost infinite resources, especially with social media, right? Like, hey, can anyone have this? People want to help you and they want to see you win, you know? And I'm like, I have every camera, every microphone that I need, and I'm not producing anything. And I realized that was so much of my life, and I'm just so over that, bro. I owe myself way more than I've been giving myself for the years, and like I said, I'm just stoked to do it. So yeah, YouTube and Instagram are like my main thing. Bro, YouTube is mean. Facebook is mean, dude.
They got rules.
Instagram is like kind of mean, right? YouTube is like pretty fucking nar like mean. Facebook is like, oh my God, damn. I didn't even know people like you existed. They're like vicious. It's like a whole, we run ads for the hormone company that I work for. And they're like, same typical, I'm not listening to a tweaker with face tattoos that made bad life decisions. I'm like, bro, my life is savage as fucking. Yeah, I got face tattoos.
It's
bro.
also
like,
the age gap though on Facebook a little bit.
Dude, these are like old grifters and like bootlickers, you know, and what's the other one?
Fuck, what was the other one?
What was the other one?
Kumquats?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, you know, like
very elegant word.
I click on these people's profiles and
it's the older people. It's just like, oh, hello.
Like their puppy or their cat. I'm like, bro, you haven't seen your dick in like a decade, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and I'm the tweaker.
I keep forgetting his integrity because he refuses to do steroids. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna put in that shit in my body, bitch. You eat Taco Bell. Like, you listen to anyone in the white lab coat, bro. Like. Okay.
Yeah, how many cans of Spam have you eaten in your life?
Oh,
Fuck
bro,
off.
Spam, dude. Remember Jolts? Wasn't that?
That's a 40-year-old thing. How much caffeine was in Jolts?
Enough to stunt my growth, you know?
It was like that poor man's Mountain Dew Sprite.
Bro, that shit was crack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Was it Jolt or was it? There was another one, the Vault or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe, was that it, or was it Jolt? Well, Jolt was the thing, right?
Jolt was just a
like
fucking green
Jolt
and
was
like
older,
one lightning bolt.
I remember because at like Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or whatever, that was the one like growing up that they had Vault in the
dispenser.
The dispenser thing, the little thing you just. refill it. And like as a kid, I was like, ooh, I got something I'm not supposed to have. And so I would just get geeked out on caffeine for no reason.
Do you remember like pressing all the things? Like, I'm going to mix all these drinks. Now I'm like, babe,
I want
is
one
this...
suicide, please.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, is this the salami I should be getting? She's like, read the package. I'm like, I don't understand the word. She's like, then don't get it. I'm like, life used to be so easy when I'm like, ooh, pretty marketing. I'll buy that. It looks like a whole meal in one package, you know? But fuck, dude, if you want to live and like, if you want to like, I don't know, give your body a chance to recover from all the we've done to it, like you got to like actually think for yourself these days. And it's not easy. It's hard as fuck, you know? So.
Well, dude, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on Unsub. You have to come down to San Antonio. We'll do a proper one at Unsub, and you can hang out for a few days.
Awesome.
And then we'll go do Ibogaine in Mexico.
And me and Eli won't be coming back.
And we're going.
I'm going back to Iowa.
No, Nick.
Yeah.
You're going to Mexico.
No, bro, the trees are going to start exploding when I get home.
I heard about that.
What?
I have an exploding tree warning on the day I'm supposed to fly home.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Explain.
Sap?
Well, it's supposed to be negative 47. And when it gets that cold, the water in the trees can freeze, causing the trees to explode.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen that in real life?
No, I have. I mean, I've seen videos, but like, it's not like they don't like concussively explode, but like the real danger is like it ruins the structural integrity of the tree and then it falls on your house or your car or whatever the fuck.
It'd be crazy. Like if it actually did, it's like, oh yeah, no, it's gotten so cold that the landscaping at my house has become a claymore.
Yeah. I'm thinking like tannerite explosions. I'm like, oh shit. Damn, bro, you live in Ukraine? like, damn, dog.
The Lorax has
Drone
chosen
threat.
violence.
And on that note, thank you for coming to the Unsubscribe podcast.
Close us out, Mr. Brandon.
We have Eli Doubletap, the other Cody, Nick, the Fat Electrician, and myself, Brandon Herrera. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Love you, bitches.
Goodbye.